Kerala, BIT Mesra, and we also have Uttar Pradesh, and yeah, Richa from Bangalore, Jharkhand. Okay. So again, one more person from Kerala. Great. So we already have like almost like 80 participants now, but we are expecting minimum of 150 participants. So we can wait for another couple of minutes. And I request, in case if any of your friends are yet to join, please request them to join in the meeting link. And now we understood like it's a very diverse group. Like we have participants from almost all the parts of Tamil Nadu. I mean, all the parts of India. Now we got like one more message from Gujarat. There was a participant from Gujarat too. Now let's see, like, I know it's a little early. I mean, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning or 9:30 in the morning. I'm not very sure, like, how many of you had your breakfast in the morning. So I just want to understand, like, how many of you had your breakfast? If yes, like, what breakfast do you had? Like, idli, dosa, puri, what kind of, I mean, once again, we can see, like, what kind of diverse we are in terms of food. I had, like, actually black chana rice today. Maybe I can also post that in the chat box. So let's see like how diverse we are in terms of food also. Dosa, okay. I think Shanta ma'am had dosa in the morning and only tea and some fruits. Okay, I think Manisi had in the diet. Okay. Spinach paratha in the morning. Oh, okay. Very, I think healthy food. And dosa, sambar, dosa, upma. Okay. So yeah, it's good to join from the registered mail ID. Once we start the session, we will also tell you like some of the norms. It's good to maintain some sort of like equality in terms of like maintaining same mobile number, maintaining same email ID. So I would request to join from the registered mail ID only if possible. And again, we have participant from Karnataka. Oh, so Aishwarya had only tea in the morning. Okay. And Rajalakshmi, idli. Okay. So again, there are a lot of people are joining. I can also put the question again. I hope like all of you had your breakfast in the morning. If yes, like what is the breakfast? You can also mention that in the chat box. So far, like we had a few answers from few participants. I request all of you to mention, even if you have not had anything in the morning, you can say like, hey, I did not have time to have my breakfast. Like, you can also have your breakfast now, like along with the meeting also. Idli today is fast. Okay, Vijaya is like fasting today, and Pooja again as did not take her breakfast. So a lot of idlis are coming in the chat box. Okay. Dosa, idli, okay. It looks like a idli day today. Okay, there are a lot of idli, or maybe idli is very easy to prepare in the morning. That could be the reason also. But yeah, poha, idli, dosa, and chutney. Great. So I think we're almost like 9:30. We are nearing to the session timing also. Bread, okay. And we have 85 participants. Once again, participants, if you have any friend or yet to join this meeting, please remind them to join this meeting. We can start in a couple of minutes. Again, I'm introducing myself. This is Saswatan from Edunet Foundation. I belongs to Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So basically in the chat box, people are putting message like what they had in the morning. So even if you have not mentioned that yet, you can also mention your what kind of breakfast you had in the morning. Outlook ID and register ID, both are different. Okay. Maybe you can use registered ID, Shweta ma'am. So yeah, maybe again, once we start the session, we will also talk about some of the norms. And Dr. Nishi had chapati, dal, bhujia, sabji. Okay, complete lunch. Okay. Good. I think, Shashank, let me know when to start. If you feel like we are running out of time, we need to start. I can also start the session because it's almost like 9:28 now.
So 9:30 we can start, Shaswat.
Cool. Paka. And I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes, your screen
Yes,
is visible.
Yes, Shaswat, it is.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, again, participants, I know it's little early in the morning. For me, definitely it's very early in the morning. Like if you have not had your breakfast, feel free to have your breakfast along with this training program. Also, you can also switch on your camera and you can also show your breakfast to us. I have no problem. So yeah, and again, like Tirumalai Selvan had idli in the morning. It looks like idli day. So many idlis in the morning. Okay, so So we can wait again like couple of minutes, and then by sharp 9:30 we will start the session. Till then, like we can remind our friends, or if you want to call your friends and ask them to join, please do that. But once again, thank you so much to all of you, to all the participants who have joined on time. So thank you so much for that. And we will definitely start the session in 2 minutes. So super cool. I think it's almost 9:30 now, so we can start the session officially. So once again, officially, I introduce myself. Good morning to all of you. This is Saswatan from EduNet Foundation, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So I'm happy to welcome you all to this wonderful faculty development program. And so we can also see something about like some of the basic information about this faculty development program. So we call this program as a next gen employability program. Why it is like employability? Because like every staff here is already employed. All of us are faculty here. We are already employed. Then still, why did we call this as a employability program? The reason is like once all the faculty gain this knowledge, gain this 4.0 skills, we are thinking like, or we are requesting you to take this 4.0 skills to your students so that your students also become employable. So that is the reason we have kept this name as an employability program, so that like we make our student as a employable one. So this program is called Next Gen Employability Program, and this we are actually implementing with the collaboration of like EduNet. Of course, EduNet is my organization, and EYGDS and AICTE. So I would like to share the roles and responsibilities of all these three stakeholders now. So this just a minute. Yeah. So you all know like what is AICTE. So we have actually partnership with AICTC, and through this AICTC partnership only we are able to connect with lot of engineering colleges in India. If you see like in this program also, we have participants from different places of India. We have done this basically, AICTE helped us to connect with this lot of engineering colleges in India. So basically AICTE help us to partnering with lot of engineering colleges, and EY EY is basically like Ernest and Young. This is one of the global delivery service. They are the pioneers, are the leaders in this like domain. They are like they're doing like consulting work for a lot of organizations. So the roles of EYGDS is here, like they are the one who is funding all this program. So we are getting some sort of like donors. I mean, we are getting like funding support from this EYGDS. And of course, EduNet, like we are EduNet, and we are the implementing agency. So we are the one who create this curriculum. Our role is basically to create the curriculum and build the capacity of the trainers, build the capacity of the students. And basically we are implementing the program. So all these three stakeholders join together, and we are implementing this employability program, that is next gen employability program. So these are about these roles and responsibility of three different stakeholders. And what are we going to learn in this 4.0 skills are like, we are going to talk about data science and cloud computing. In next 5 days, like we are going to discuss a lot of things about data science and cloud computing. So this basically this 5 days of FDP program is to talk about these two skills. And this basically like 5 days of virtual engagement. I know, like, I mean, I hope like all of you are aware of it. We have like starting from today, and it goes till Friday. Every day morning 9:30 to 1 o'clock is the session. So basically like 3.5 hours of virtual session. So on an average, like it goes like 16 hours overall. In 5 days, like it goes like 16 hours overall. It's a 16 hours program. And we do also have a guest session like industry. We are also inviting leaders from industry, from EY like who will be talking about again like this 4.0 skills, who will be coming on I mean on the day 5. So yeah, this is about the program. And So yeah, and next, like we can also see like what is the eligibility criteria to join this session as well as for certification. Meantime, if you have any questions related to this, related to the program, you can also put a question in the chat box. We can also answer your question. But yeah, now we can see like what is the eligibility criteria to join this FDP program, and also there will be certification. Definitely, we will also provide a certificate to all the participants. But again, there is a criteria to get the certificate. Now we can quickly check like what is the eligibility for joining the session and also for getting the certificate. So eligibility to join the session, of course, like has to be from college who is associated with AICTE. So it has to be approved college from AICTE. And also we request the faculty from the computer science background, basically like IT. So who all are like from the IT sector or the computer science sector, because we are going to talk about data science and cloud computing. It should not be a very new stuff for you. So it should be already like very known to you, so that like we request participant from computer science background. So that is again one of the norms to join this program. And again, we request the participant who feel like you can definitely give 16 hours in a week. So if you feel like, no, I can't give, I can give only 2 hours in the first day and I can give only 2 hours in the last day, then this may not be a suitable program for you, because we request the participants who can spend 16 hours overall. It means like 3.5 hours or 3 hours in a day for next 5 days. If you feel like you can really spend your time for next 5 days, please. And I mean, you can be part of this program, because this is one of the important eligibility criteria. We want the participant who can give 16 hours for next 5 days. And it's a virtual one. It's not like a physical classes. It's a virtual classes. You can join the class wherever you are staying. And of course, like since it's we are talking about data science and cloud computing, we definitely need a good computer with a good internet facilities. If you don't have because like there will be a lot of practical classes also happening in the session. So we definitely request the participant to have access to computer with stable internet, so that it will make our classes very interactive and very fast also. This is the eligibility criteria to join this FDP program. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we will also give some sort of like certificate at the end of the program. Once we completed the program, we also give the certificate, but definitely the certificate is not given to all the participants. So there are some criteria to get the certificate. Now we can see what are the criteria to get the certificate. So for certification, of course, we request so of course, we request at least 70% of attendance. We basically, I mean, actually speaking, if it is like 100% attendance, that is fantastic. But in some cases, like some emergency, if you're not able to attend the classes, but we definitely request minimum of 70% of attendance for this certification criteria. And we also have like every day we will be having a feedback session. I think somebody's line is unmute, so I request you to mute the line. Okay, so somebody line is unmute. Thank you.
Shashwat, your mic is also get you.
Thanks. Thank you so much. So again, yeah. The second criteria for certification is like there will be a feedback session every day about this FDP, and we really need your honest feedback. It's not like, hey, your program is good, your program is fantastic. You can also, what are the area of improvement? You can also tell us like the area of improvement which can improve ourselves also. So we request your honest feedback when it comes to feedback session. And also assessment, like after this FDP, there will be assessment also. So we request all of you to participate in the assessment and also to complete the assessment, because again, assessment is also one of the criteria to get your certificate. So these 3 criteria is very important to get the certificates. Once again, like minimum attendance of 70% and honest feedback, and also good feedback, or maybe the honest feedback and also the completion of assessment. These 3 criteria are very important for getting your certificate. We will get an access to the video recording. There was a question in the chat box. I'm not very sure. So Shashank, you want to take this question? Do we share this video recording to the participants?
Yes, we will share the video recordings in the WhatsApp.
Okay, great. Hope like Dr. Manish, you got the answer. So yeah, so this is the criteria for joining this session as well as for certification. And of course, like we are going to travel together for next 5 days, right? Like we are going to learn a lot of things for this. Like we definitely need to have some sort of norms. We need to follow these norms to ensure like we are like traveling together and we are learning together. So what are the norms we have? So Okay, so of course, like the first norm is active participation. Why it has come in the first place is basically this is a virtual session, and I'm assuming there are a lot of chances that we may have like a lot of other stuff, other things to do also. There may be some side meeting, there may be some side work also. Please avoid those work. I know like you all are busy with different like multiple things, but please put your effort, put your time only for this session for next 3.5 hours for all the 5 days. So I need your active participation for this. So for this session, so this is one of the norms or the first norm of this program. And if you feel like you want to take notes and you have any question, feel free to put your questions in the chat box, or also you can also unmute and we have a technical persons to answer your question. You can also unmute and you can also ask your question. But like if you feel like you want to take notes, feel free to do that. If you are already logged in from your computer, you can also use your computer to take notes, or if you want to take your note and pen, please go and take your note and pen, because you can feel free to take your notes if you feel like you want to take the notes, and ensure like we are all clear on the concept. So that is very important. So please take your notes. And so yeah, as I mentioned earlier, like again, like since like it's a technical program, so we request all the people to have your individual devices so that like we will get on hands-on training experience. There will be a lot of practical sessions. Definitely we need our own individual devices, that is like computer. So I request, please ensure like you have access to the computer for this session. So this is one of the norm. And in the mail also we have mentioned like there are few software we need. I hope like you already downloaded the software. If not, please download the software because it's very important for this next 5 days. So we have already mentioned that in the email. I hope like you have seen that. So if you have not downloaded that, I request you to download all the software because that will be very helpful for the session. And again, we have already seen this honest feedback. Like even this is one of the criteria for the certificate also. So we really need your honest feedback, which also helps us to improve ourselves. And I think there was a question asked in chat box also. Do I need to follow the same email ID where I have registered, etc. So from here on, whatever you're doing, like if you're entering into this Outlook, team meeting, if you're doing any attendance session, if you're doing any feedback, like always use only one common ID, common mail ID, so that it will be easy for us to connect with you. So I request all of you to use like only one mail ID for all the purpose, for registration, for attendance, for anything, for any feedback. Please use only one mail ID, which will be very helpful for us to connect with you in that one mail ID. So yeah, so always follow like one mail ID for any stuff. And of course, like this is an online meeting. I request all of you to be in a quiet place where you don't have so much of disturbance, and also that quiet place should have a very good internet connection. It does not mean that the quiet place should not have an internet connection. Both are very important. The internet connection as well as the quiet place is very important, so that like you can put your full attention to the session. So this is one of the norms. And the final norm is like, please join the WhatsApp group. I know almost like 150 people have already joined. If you have not joined the WhatsApp group, you can also join the WhatsApp group. Maybe we can also post that link in the chat box. So somebody can post the link, WhatsApp link in the chat box also, so that people, if they have not joined, they can also join now. So this WhatsApp group is basically whatever communication we want to give you, like we can give you like very easily by using this WhatsApp. So that is the idea. And I know like some of the people have already started to ask some questions in the WhatsApp group. We have not responded in the group. Why? Because it's like there are a lot of people. There are 150 people are there in the group. So we don't want to disturb all the people. So that is the reason we have not sent like hi message, a good morning message in the WhatsApp group. But moving forward, whatever communication we want to give you, we will use the WhatsApp group as a medium to share our communication. So these are all the feedback. These are all the norms which we are going to follow in the next 5 days. And now like we have almost like 125 participants. So there are a lot of people joined newly also. Just for their information, people, we are talking about the norms which we are going to follow for next 5 days. So these are the norms we will be follow for next 5 days. Please ensure that we are following this form. And also like one more norm which I forgot to mention in the this thing is like please join the meeting on time, so that like we will save everybody's time also. So every day the meeting starts at 9:30, but please log in by 9:25 itself, so that like we can also have an informal discussion for 5 minutes, and then we can start the session exactly by 9:30. So please be on time. This is one of the norms which I have not mentioned in the PPT, but still I can share it. I'm sharing it with you. But yeah, so we also put the WhatsApp chat link in the chat box. So you can also click that, and you can also join WhatsApp group. So with this also, I'm going to introduce my team. So we have like 4 to 5 people in this training program. We have Shashank, can you say hi to all of us?
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah, and we have also Magesh. Magesh, can you say hi to all of us?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Magesh. And Narendra,
Hi. Hi, dear
thank you
faculty
so
members.
much. Yeah, and Namra, are you there in the call? If yes, like you can also say hi to us.
Yes, hi, good morning, everyone. Hope you all
Yeah.
have a great time while learning with us. In case of anything like Saswat has explained, please feel free to share your feedback. And if you have joined the WhatsApp group as well, you can post any of your concerns there as well. If you're struggling with any of the softwares or any of the maybe the pace of the delivery, we would be happy to customize things for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Saswat.
Thank you, Namra. So, Mauli, are you there in the call?
Yes, yes, Ashwat.
Can you also say hi to us?
Hello, hello, respected faculties. Happy to see you all here.
Great. Thank you so much. So, dear faculty, so these are all our team from EduNet, and now I'm handing over this session to Shashank. And there was another, I mean, there is a question in the chat box also. Do we get the materials every day? I think Shashank will also give answer to that question. And over to Shashank.
Hello, good morning, all the faculty members. My name is Shashank Shekhar, and I'm from Edinet Foundation, Delhi. And I'm welcoming you in this FDP program on building advanced data analytics applications with cloud computing. I hope you will be having a great learning with us. And to make this learning more swift, we would be introducing you with the learning management system that we have. So let me share my screen, and I just post the registration link also in the chat box so that you all can register on the learning management system. Right. So this learning management system will be an interface between you and us, right? So all the faculty members are requested to register on this learning management system. I have already pasted the link in the chat box, right? So in this registration form, you will get the eligibility criteria for this FDP program, and it will ask you for some basic details, right? So it will ask you for the unique ID card. You can select any of the ID card options. You can write down the ID proof number, your first name, your last name. And for email address, I would recommend all the faculty members to kindly enter the email address from which you have registered for this FDP program, right? This email address and your registered email address should be the same, your phone number, gender, your date of birth, and next details is your college details. You need to enter the college detail in which you are currently working, college address, college city, college pin code, your college state, educational qualification, your designation, and you can uh, check this declaration and submit this form. Right. Now, after submitting this FDP registration form or after registration on this LMS would be helpful for us to make an interaction between you and us and all the study material, whether it could be the slides, it could be the deck, it could be the handbook, all the study material you will be getting on this learning management system related to this FDP program. And apart from this, Saswat has also mentioned in the beginning that after this FDP, you will be having an assessment also related to the learning of this FDP. So your assessment will also be taken on this learning management system, right? So once you register on this LMS, you need to log in on this LMS, right? In order to log in on this LMS, what you can do, you can directly click on this login button. Once you click on this login button, it will redirect you on this page. You can write down your email, right, or your registered email ID and your password. So by default, the password for all, I'm writing this in the chat box, password for all the people will be test@1234. This is the password for everyone. And once you log in for the very first time, it will ask you to change the password so faculty members can change their password afterwards. But make sure you remember your password, whatever you have changed, right? So this LMS would be beneficial for us for transparency between you and us, for the sharing of study material, for the feedback, for the assessment. All the information related to the FDPs will be delivered on this LMS. Right. Any doubt, faculty members? LMS link is already shared. I'm just pasting it again in the chat box. Yes, it is again shared. Yes, sir. We will be sharing all the details in the WhatsApp group. All the links. Those who are unable to log in after registration, can you? Yes, I'm writing the password again in the chat box. Please try with this password. Password is test@1234. You have to register as a faculty, sir. You don't need to click on registration, register as faculty. You are not required to click on this register as student or register as faculty. Directly open the link that I have shared in the chat box and fill that form. So when you click on this form, when you click on the link given in the chat box, you will be redirected on this page. Directly fill this information. Do not go to this tab, registration tab. Directly fill this form. Any faculty members, if you have any doubt, you can post in the chat box. Just check, sir, what is the issue. Yes, sir, ID proof is mandatory. We look out with the error that we are receiving on the LMS, and once it is resolved, I will let you know to register to log in on the LMS. It is some server error that we are facing right now. But make sure you all members are registered on this LMS. I'll let you know everyone when to log in on the LMS. I hope all the faculty members have registered themselves. Yes. So for now, please register yourself on the LMS. And if you're not able to log in, give me some time. I'll get back to you, and I'll post in the WhatsApp group to log in on the LMS. Right. And I would request all the faculty members to support, to help your colleagues also in the case they have just logged in the case they have just joined the meeting. Please help them also in order to make them register on the LMS. All the faculty members, if you are registered but not able to log in, please give us some time. We will get back to you on the WhatsApp group. I'll let you know when to start logging on the LMS. But for now, please register. Am I audible properly?
Yes, Shashank, you are audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
you are audible.
For those faculty members whose email ID is not accepting, I would recommend you to use some other email ID to register on the LMS. But make sure remember which email ID you have used for registration on the LMS. Yes, sir, Gmail ID would work. Okay, I guess all the faculty members have registered themselves on the LMS portal, and now we can start with the technical content, with the delivery of the FDP content. I request all the participants to please be on mute during the training session. And if you have any query related to the content, related to the delivery, please post your queries on the chat box. We will surely be helping out you on this. And once again, I welcome you all and hoping for a happy learning for you all. Thank you, everyone. Mahesh and Narendra, over to you for the session. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Shashank. Yes, am I audible to you all?
Yes,
Yes,
Mahesh,
sir.
you are audible.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, Narendra, over to you. Like, you will be starting the session. Like, the content which we are going to learn is all about the cloud computing with Microsoft Azure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Before going into the actual technical part, I welcome you all to this cloud computing session. And good morning, all dear faculty members. So today we'll going to see the basics of this cloud computing. So let me share the screen. Mahesh, can you see the screen now?
No, not it. It is not visible.
Mahesh, can you see? No?
Yes, yes, Narendra. It is visible.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So, see, faculty, like those who are having issues with their LMS account, we will be sorting all those issues. So the main thing is like you need to register on your mail ID first. Okay. So whatever mail ID you have given to a team, like the same mail ID, you need to register on the LMS. So be sure like you are registering on the LMS. The login part issue we will be taking care of.
Yeah, Mahesh,
Yes,
I'm
Nalin,
starting.
you can
Yeah.
start. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Good morning, all dear faculty members. Now we'll see the technical part of this session, the basics of cloud computing. And this is the introduction part where we are covering the basic theory part of this cloud computing. And this is the content curated from online and offline sources. And this is exclusively used for education purposes only. And the learning objectives of this particular session is you can be familiar with the fundamentals of the cloud and various concepts which are involved in the cloud, and try to identify the different resources which are available in the Azure portal. So if I want to say like different resources available in the Azure portal, there are 600 plus different resources available in the cloud. We are taking few of the important resources and we are delivering that part also. So participant will able to learn how to create a basic resource, that is virtual machine on the Azure portal. So now what is the meaning of cloud computing? Everyone will say like cloud computing, cloud computing. So what is the meaning of this cloud computing? So cloud computing is just nothing but I'll take one simple example. Whenever you want to purchase any good like a pen in the Amazon website. So we are going and registering ourselves in the Amazon website and we are buying a required pen for paying some amount. If it is 10 rupees, 10 rupees we are paying and we are getting it done. So the same way, so we need to log into Azure portal and Azure portal or AWS, whatever. So we are taking some subscription and then we are logged into the Azure portal and then we are requesting the cloud service provider to have one service. So maybe your business requirement is having some virtual machine, maybe your container, maybe a network service, maybe any other service you require for your business. Then what you do is after logged into the Azure portal, you are requesting the client of the cloud service provider that I need this particular service. So automatically the particular service will be deployed onto your premises. Okay. So that is nothing but on demand. So that means the cloud service provider will not come to you and they will not compel or they will not market. So these are the services. So you please look into that. So this is completely on demand. So the customer or the client will take the decision. So which service I require, which service I don't require. So here the cloud computing can be defined as an on-demand service of delivery of computing resources like a virtual machine, or it may be computing resources, maybe a storage devices we can request, or maybe any container services you can request, any other services also you can request. So the delivery of on-demand resources will be called as cloud computing. So what is the use of this cloud computing? Okay, we are getting the resources from the cloud service provider. Then what is the use? So it is eliminating. The best advantage is it is eliminating the business people to look into the hardware part and the configuration part of the business requirement. Only thing is the business people will concentrate on the part. Now, how can you take forward the business? How can you take forward the business goals and all? So we are not wasting our time in the understanding the physical requirements and the administrative part of the particular hardware part. So now why cloud computing is needed? Any doubt? Please let me know, please. Okay.
Yes,
so why?
Please be free to answer the questions.
Yeah, anytime if you feel you need to be asked, like you can stop me and you can ask. So now we'll go to the next slide. Why cloud computing is needed? So the scenario is, I'll take one simple scenario, like we are having a simple business software IT firm, and this IT firm is having business growing both on quarter and year-on-year basis very high. So now they want to expand their business. Now, please tell me, if a IT firm want to expand their business both in breadth and length, so what are the things they need to procure? Please unmute yourself and please tell me your answers. We'll just consolidate all these answers and we'll try to put on the cloud computing aspect. So what are the things the business people will look at if they want to expand their business? So please respond.
So you can give your answer on
Power
chat box
consumption.
also.
Yes, power
Yes.
consumption. Good answer. Yes, power consumption.
The
Yes.
resource utilization.
Yeah, resources. Yes, resources. So here, yeah. So resources, the first thing is maybe there is a small software development firm where the resources are not that much to expand the business. Maybe they require some servers. Maybe they require some networking components. Maybe they require some storage component. Maybe they require some virtualization. So all these things you need to look at, like power. When power is there, cooling aspect is also there. And sometimes the expertise manpower is not available in the small software industry. Now they want to go for the expertise manpower and some salaries, physical spaces, everything, licensing, like software, OS updates. All these things need to be looked at in order to expand their business. So this will take much time, like much capex is also involved. So if I want to purchase more servers, many softwares, and a lot of expertise people, then obviously it is involving a lot of money. So this amount is called as a capex. capital expenditure. So this capex will always not possible for a small software industry. Maybe it is true for the large gigantic company, but it is a small software company which it cannot accommodate all this capex. So the next solution is what? So it is also a time consuming factor. All these things are there as a hurdle to expand their business. Now, what is the solution for this? The solution is the cloud computing. So here, the cloud computing people, what they are saying is, no need to buy any software, no need to buy any hardware, no need to buy any expertise manpower, no need to buy power, no need to buy cooling aspects and all. So whatever you request, whatever your requirement is that we provide. So that resources, we are having all the resources. If you are expecting 10 resources out of 600 plus resources, then we will purchase, we will give you the billing on the particular resources which you are requested for. So that means, so here the solution cloud, it is saying like no need to buy any new hardware, and the hardware are the resources which is supplied to the client are globally accessible. Globally accessible means you can access the resources online over internet. So there will be some credential subscriptions will be there. Just give the subscriptions and you can access the resources anywhere, anytime, on any device. Even you can access the resources using a tablet, a PC, or whatever. Okay, so ready to use setup. So within a 2 or 3 fraction of clicks, so then you can get the resources done. Availability. So anytime, 24/7, 365 days, the resources are available for you to have your request. So pay as you go. So this is the fascinating factor of this cloud computing. So we have so many resources. We are opting only few resources. Only the few resources will be built. And how they will identify that you are requested for only few resources, that will be documented. Documentation will be there, and the documentation, according to the documentation, you are billed. So that is pay as you go. And this is fault tolerant. It is having some fault tolerance feature also. Fault tolerance means sometimes you have requested one particular request and the request has been allotted to you, and after 1 day or 2 days, maybe after 1 month, because of some fault and hardware fault, software error, so because of that, your resource is not working properly, then automatically the second resource, the redundancy will be created. The request which you have requested, it is not taken by one resource will not be created. Instead, 2 resources will be created. One resource will be backup. So whenever you are having the primary resource which is not working, the secondary resource will come and fill the place, so that the particular customer or the client will not see that this particular resource is not working. So the customer is always expecting a seamless service from the cloud service provider. That feature is called as fault tolerance. Even in the case of a hardware failure or software error, we can easily navigate to the fresh resource. That will be taken care by the DNS algorithm, which is there in the cloud computing. So moving on to the cloud, next slide, migration to cloud. So what are what are the benefits we are having in order to migrate my existing business to the cloud? So maybe you are starting a new venture or new business, then you can easily move on to the cloud. Otherwise, if you are already existing business holder, then also you can easily migrate to the cloud. So now, what are the benefits you are having in order to migrate to the cloud? The first benefit is flexibility. Flexibility means, suppose say you are having, your business is growing day by day. So when you are purchasing one virtual machine under the cloud service provider are given you the virtual machine, but during daytime you are expecting more number of passengers. The traffic is expected is high. So then what we are doing is we are going for another virtual machine. The replica of same virtual machine will be created. That is called a scale up. So according to the business requirement, which are dynamically changing, the particular hardware part or the resources will get duplicated. So that means when the traffic is increasing, the number of resources are automatically increasing. Only that particular resources will be built. Okay. Suppose when the traffic is decreasing in the night, the business will be down. So there will be no traffic. Suppose say, so in that time, so we don't need the extra hardware which is generated in the morning. So automatically the cloud will descale all the resources. So that means your scaling up and scaling down can be done with respect to the dynamic changes of the business. That is called the flexibility. And disaster recovery, some natural calamities are human made like cyber attacks. So if your resource is not working, automatically the redundant resource which is created at the time of your request will replace the faulty particular thing, and it will give you the seamless services to the customer. So that is called disaster recovery. Automatic software updates. Suppose say if you are if you requested virtual machine which is of Windows based. So Windows having one new patch is there for operating system, then automatically the software service provider, the cloud service provider will handle the software updates. So the client will not do all the software updates and installation part. So all these things will be taken care by the cloud service provider. This is one more advantage. So pay as you go. So the services which you are requested, that services only will be charged. Increase the collaboration. So that means think of this like firm, like you are having 10 members team. One is located in AP, the other one is located in Gujarat, the other one is located in US. So that means you people besides your place of separation, you can together you can work on the same project. So because of the cloud will provide a centralized resources where you can manage, you can store, you can update your resources. All these things will be done using cloud computing. That is called as increased collaboration. So document control, every action in the cloud computing, like if you are scaling up, scaling down, all these things are monitored and keep in a document. So the document will be there. So this is very important while it is there in the building. Security, the data or the particular resources are highly secure. So there is no provision that others can see your resources. Your data will be highly secure. And some roles will be appointed. Even in the organization also, your particular team members only we can see your project and data, your applications. So no other persons can be seen. So that is how we can assign some roles like owner, contributor, or guest. All these things we can keep in the cloud. So that is how you can increase the level of security. That is one part. Other part is even other people also. In my organization, 10 people are giving accessibility to update or anything. So some people are not one person is updating and is deleting. So then you can update the particular person, like you can only read the particular application, don't update or don't delete. So that option also you can be. So that can be done in a dynamic time. So any privileges of the customers can be changed so that the security part will be high and the data will be encrypted. So other person cannot see this particular data. So that is how you can say the cloud computing is very secure. And this is location independent. So that means here already we discussed that the resources which are allotted to the client can be accessible anytime, anywhere. Even you can go to office, you can have the access. You can, if you are staying at home, you can access the resources anytime, any place you can access, and any device also. If you are registering in the basic MOU like SLA part, the service level agreement of the resources, then if you are registering that I need this particular tablet, this PC, and this particular mobile, so I want to register, then you can register, and then the same devices can be used for accessing the resources online anytime. So these are the benefits of this cloud computing. So the scalability, cost efficiency, accessibility, reliability, and redundancy. So scalability means we discussed already. So according to the business requirements of the resources can be scaled up or scaled down. Scaled up or scaled down means we have two types of scaling. So one is horizontal scaling and the other one is vertical scaling. In the horizontal scaling, suppose when the traffic is more for the particular resource, then what automatically the replica of the particular resources will be created. So according to the business requirement. So there will be a threshold condition. So if the threshold condition is meeting, if the traffic is meeting the threshold condition, automatically the replicas of the resource will be created. That is called as horizontal scalability. If you are increasing the resources, then that is called scale up. And if you are decreasing the, suppose say that is called as scale down. Same way vertical scaling. In the vertical scaling part, what we do is we are increasing the capacity or the resource computational power of the resource. So we are having only single resource, and the single resource will have more power, more computational power, so that it can handle more traffic. So that is called scalability. The scalability can be done using virtual machine scale sets. So this is manually done on the cloud platform. Okay. So that is called scalability. Cost efficiency. What are the resources which we are having? Suppose say if you want to purchase one server, so which is costing around 25 lakhs. So the same thing can be done. You do all the coding part, and you only deploy the particular coding part on the particular cloud, and the particular cloud will take mostly 1 hour time to execute and to give the final output. So that means here the particular 1 hour only you are going to be charged. That means maybe around 2,000 or 3,000 will be charged by the cloud people. So that means how instead of buying a 25 lakh server, if you are renting the particular server for 1 hour, and if you are deploying your code on the server, and if you are implementing, then it is around 2,000. So that is how you can easily maintain cost efficiency. Accessibility, you can access the resources anytime, anywhere. So reliability and redundancy. Suppose reliability, what is the meaning of reliability? At the time of MOU, so you are doing some SLA, service level agreement, between the client and the cloud service provider. So in the particular MOU, so what they are written is how many resources you need and what are the availability expectation. Availability means uptime and downtime. Suppose I need one resource which is available around 365 days, 24/7 all the time. So that means the resources should be available 100%. So that is called, all these things will be kept on the first form, like MOU between the two parties. That is called, if the cloud service provider is providing the services according to the requirements which is mentioned in the SLA, that is reliability. So we can trust the particular cloud service provider. And redundancy means whenever you are creating particular resource, so we expect that only one resource will be created on the request. No. So we are having multiple resources will be created. One resource will be kept in your region. Other resource will be kept. That is called duplication. The duplicate resource will be kept on other region. So why we are keeping all these resources into these many regions means, if one region, suppose if your working region is failed because of so many technical glitches, then automatically the duplicate resource will come and sit in your region. So that is how you can have, the client can have seamless services from the cloud service provider. So that is called reliability and redundancy. So because of these facilities, all the existing businesses and new businesses are migrating from existing traditional business to cloud business. Now, what is the meaning before entering into the cloud technical part? What is the meaning of virtualization? So this particular part will differentiate the traditional business and the cloud-based business. In the traditional business, we are using the server, we are purchasing the server. Maybe you're using the maximum capacity of the server or not. That is up to their people, the traditional business people. But here, virtualization means it is completely related to cloud business. Virtualization is the technology using which we are dividing the large part of the physical. We have only single resource. The single resource will be cut into so many subparts, small parts. Each small part will be allocated to one particular client. So that is done by a technology that is called as virtualization. Maybe you are having a doubt. So why we need to cut the large physical hardware? Suppose say we are going to see the Azure cloud servicing here in this demonstration. Let me take Azure is maintaining a data center in Hyderabad. The minimum resource, if you are taking a physical hardware, don't divide the physical hardware into many parts. In the outset, the physical hardware, like a server, like a storage unit, maybe you are having 100 GB capacity, but the client is there now. So the client is requesting only 1 GB. 1 GB storage only he required. So that means here they need to provide that particular 1 GB only from out of 100 GB total existing storage. Then which particular technology which is dividing this 100 GB into small parts and giving 1 GB to the particular client. So that will be taken care by the virtualization. Virtualization is the technology where the large physical hardware will be subdivided into small chunks, and each chunk will be given access to the client. Okay, that is how we can maintain many resources from existing. And this particular slide will demonstrate the difference between the traditional type of business and the virtual cloud type of business. So let us see the left diagram. So in this diagram, so we have traditional system where, suppose say we have 3 services requested. So mail service, web services, and legacy apps. So here all the services are kept on different servers, and these servers are not interlinked. There is no logical separation of these 3 services. So that means here, what is the problem in this traditional business means we need to buy these many servers. How many types of services you require? So that many servers we need to purchase. That is capex is involved. That is one thing. And suppose a mail server, I have separately purchased a server, And here, if I keep all my services, if I deploy all my things in mail server, so it is occupying only 30% of the efficiency from this particular mail server. It can deliver up to 100%, but we are using only 30%. And same way for web services also, and for legacy apps also. For these three applications, you are having maximum of 30% capability from the existing capacity, 100%. So this 70% from each server is wasted. So our capex is wasted in this purchasing these resources. So now coming to virtual system. So what we are doing is we are integrating many services into one particular server only. So this mail and legacy apps integrated together. So see here, mail and legacy apps are separately here in the traditional system, but here mail and legacy apps are integrated together. So when you are integrating together, we are having a logical separation between mail and the legacy apps. So that you can easily discriminate, this is a mail app and this is a legacy app. And here see, mail app is occupying 30% as similar to the traditional system, and legacy also occupying 30%. That means in total, so it is occupying 60% of the total capacity of the server. So that is how you can just decrease the hardware concept, and whereby you are decreasing the capex and power, maintenance, manpower, everything. So that is how, and for example, I can keep the web applications also into the same server, but for the time being, I just kept the web service in the another server. If you are comparing the traditional system and the virtual system, how much amount of server or capex I have saved? Please, any faculty member, please respond here. How much capex I have saved between these two systems, like traditional system and the virtual system, by taking this particular example. Here we have 3 servers, and here we have two servers. One server we don't need. So please tell me how much capex percentage we have saved. Anyone, please respond.
33%.
Yes, correct, ma'am. Yes, 33%. See here, one particular server is not required here, only 2. So that means 1/3. So 1/3 into 100%, 33.33. Yes, 33% is the amount of capex saved. This is the capex amount only. And moreover, capex, you have power, cooling, manpower, physical space, all these things are also saved. So this is the best advantage of migrating a traditional system to the virtual system. Now we'll go for the hypervisor. Hypervisor, already we discussed the virtualization in the technology. Now which particular to divide the large hardware into small chunks. So this is a hypervisor. Hypervisor will do the virtualization. This is a small software. So see here this diagram. So initially I'm having 3 different resources, independent resources. Maybe this disk is there, this is a storage, and this is a virtual machine, maybe Linux based, and maybe this is a virtual machine which is of Windows based. Now I need this VM is there now. VM I'm taking as virtual machine. So many virtual machines are there. Each virtual machine is requested by one particular client. So, but the virtual machine requested by the client is having only 1 GB, very small amount of resources only he asked. But this 1 GB is not available in any of these 3 resources. All these 3 resources are very huge. Now, what the function of this hypervisor is? So it is going and gathering the requirements from the client, and it is asking the hardware to divide these hardware resources into small multiple chunks. So each chunk will be now giving access to the particular client. So this is how the existing large physical hardware is now changed into small chunks, and each chunk will be given access to the particular client. So this is done by hypervisor. So now we see what are the types of virtualizations. Once we understand what is the meaning of virtualization, these are the types of virtualizations. So we can virtualize server, database, hardware components, storage, and networks. So what is the meaning of server? Here you mean you should please remember, like virtualization. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, please.
बताओ.
Hello. Please go on mute, please.
नहीं, छुट्टी पे है वो. छुट्टी पे नहीं, वो उन्होंने कह रही थी मैं लेट आऊंगी 1 घंटा. अब ये नहीं पता वो आई.
Okay. See, virtualization, just please remember that virtualization is nothing but you are keeping your hardware or your components into your cloud. Okay, this is the first step. What we are doing is server virtualization. Means you are having your server. Your server is divided into small parts, and each part will be virtualized. And virtualization means you are making the presence in the cloud. So databases also, data virtualization means you can keep the data. So, and you can keep the data as a single copy. So if the same data is requested by many people, we are giving the Xerox copy of this particular data so that they can manipulate the data in their applications. So that is how we find the requirement for the databases to get virtualized. Hardware virtualization, the example is virtual machine. So virtual machine can be virtualized so that each client can get his own chunk of resources. Storage virtualization, like a large storage will be divided into small chunks, and then each chunk will be given to access to the particular client. So that is how you can give the storage virtualization. Network virtualization, a large network can be divided into small parts, and each part which network can be given access to the particular client. So without network, we might be knowing that without network, the different parts of the resources allocated to the particular same client cannot be accessed. So the network part is the backbone of every other resource. So without network, there is no communication among all the different resources. So that is the need of virtualization. All the components can be virtualized from server to data. And see, we have computing services in the cloud computing. This is a customary thing, like like if you can see all the different names. So as a service is common here. So that means as a service means it is common. So we are having so many services in the Azure platform. All the services requested by the client, and this service will be given or delivered to the particular client. So that is commonly called by a name called as a service. So that means whatever be the service given, that is given by a name as a service, function as a service. So now our serverless computing. So serverless computing means what? For every work, we need some server, and the server will tell how to do and what to do, and the remaining systems or application will run according to the conditions deployed by the server. So here the server will not be found in Azure cloud computing. In any of the cloud computing, there is no server. So here the cloud itself is the server, and the remaining resources will be taking the help from the cloud. So this is completely serverless. And database as a service. So you can request a database for your application, and that can be done. That can be given by the cloud service provider. That is a database as a service. Container as a service. If you want to keep your resources into one particular container, logical container, you can keep in the container. You can keep your structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data, anything you can keep. So that if you need, that is applied to the client. That is called as a client container as a service. Machine learning and IoT. So these are the services given to the customers, which if they want to work with the machine learning apps or else internet IoT things. And coming to the very important aspect of this cloud means cloud architecture. So everyone need to understand that what is happening in the cloud environment. So in the cloud architecture, we have two basic entities. One is front end and the back end. The front end is nothing but this is the accessible point for the clients, okay, are the customers. And back end is the point or the accessible point for the cloud service providers. That means Azure. Okay, so the front end, I am the customer, I'm the client for this particular Azure. So I will access all my resources. I will log into my Azure portal, okay, from this particular front end. The front end is having all the client infrastructure. So what is the client infrastructure? You are having one particular web portal where you are giving all your user ID and password so that you can log it into the Azure portal, and there we can see our subscription, what is the amount spent, what are the resources which I am already using, what are the resources I need to access. All these things, information will be there in the front end. So that is called client infrastructure. And coming to backend part, which is accessible by the cloud service provider. In this cloud service provider, they can give all the services, like 600 plus services, all the services they can deploy. And they can maintain security, they can manage all these software part, hardware part, everything they can look after. Once you request one service through internet to the backend people, then the service will be deployed onto the client infrastructure. So this is how the to and fro communication will be done in the cloud architecture. The front end, the client is requesting from the backend, the service provider is allocating the resources. This is two-way communication. This is completely on demand. So there is no compulsion that if you are taking this particular service, you need to take this service also. It's a completely voluntary thing and it's completely on demand. So if you are on demand, the cloud is delivering the services. So this is the basic architecture of the cloud. So any doubt or anything here? Faculty people, please respond. Or else can I move ahead? Okay. So now what are the applications of this particular cloud? So there are huge number of applications, infinite number of applications are there. So just we are segregated.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sir, good morning, sir. I have a small doubt. In this cloud architecture, both the front end and back end, both will be virtual only.
Yes, ma'am.
It will
virtual.
means everything is happened in virtual.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Yeah, completely virtual. There is no physical connection at all. So this internet is there, ma'am. The front end and back end, the client and the service provider completely connected through internet. So there is no point like physical connection. Yes.
Narendra, I want to add in this question, in this answer.
Yes,
so, ma'am, now we are doing a virtual machine, right? Virtual meeting, right?
Yeah.
So the infrastructure, all these things are with Microsoft. Okay. But the services we are using of the Microsoft and we are taking benefits and we are doing the meeting session with each other, right? So this example you can count in the same way, like the cloud computing services is what? Like it is a computing service which you take as a virtually from any client.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Any other doubts, please?
Question.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I understand that, you just mentioned everything is virtual, but physically there has to be something. I mean, the cloud service provider will also have his own physical infrastructure somewhere, right?
Yes.
Somewhere.
I'll come to that particular part.
Okay,
Yes, true. But actually, what ma'am asked means, so there is any connection, physical connection between front end and back end. There is no physical connection. But if you see the resources, your question is resources, it need to be deployed physically somewhere. So that is nothing but geography, region, data centers. These three terms are there, sir. I'll explain you when the topic comes, sir. So data finally at one particular region, physical hardware will be there deployed on a physical ground, one particular city, maybe Hyderabad, maybe Chennai, maybe Bangalore or Delhi. So that particular physical part is there, but there is no physical connection from front end to the back end, from the client to the service provider. This is completely taken care. The data center is completely taken care by the service provider only. There is no point of intersection of front end people. That part I will cover, sir. Yes, thank you. Any more doubts, please? Okay. So now we'll move on to the application part. As we discussed, we have infinite number of applications here. Yes, we have segregated 5 to 6 applications here. The main agenda for any particular existing business to migrate into cloud means the first one is online data storage. So because we are all dealing with today, maybe 10 years back or 20 years back, there is no data importance because the data generation itself is very small. In 20 years back, there is no data at all. But here, nowadays, we are having large amounts of data. So we can say like petadata will be generated for every 60 seconds. So in order to handle this particular data, we need to have large physical spaces like large computers needed, supercomputers are needed. But ordinary business people cannot afford this much data storage unit. So we go for online data storage. So we purchase, okay, so from the cloud service provider and this big data analysis. So that means here the next fascinating thing about the big data means whenever you are having the data, so in the data you are having some patterns and some important business related actions will be there. So if I want to analyze why my sales is high, why my sales is down, why this year having most amount of sales, why this is having most down of the sales, So if I want to analyze the big data, it is always not possible without storing the data. So the storing part will be taken care by the service provider, and the data analysis part will be taken care by the data analysis part. So in order to go for the patterns identification, the big data, we are going and using the cloud resources. This is the next best application. The next one is if you are keeping large data in the service in the cloud. So there is a requirement like virus will be there in every part. So the virus, as Sat told, like physical servers will be maintained at one place. We can expect some software viruses. Then our data will be corrupted. So that if you want to delete all these viruses, then antivirus is needed. Antivirus is also deployed on the data center so that the data will be highly secure. And cloud computing education. So during COVID time, before 3 years back, everything we have seen physically, like in our homes, like our kids are joining their classes online. So like Byju's came into the picture, Udemy came into the picture. Now BITS Pilani is offering MTech in data science, machine learning, and completely online. So there is no physical classes at all. And all the teaching will happen in recording lectures or online live streaming. So this is just nothing but the one of the best outcome of our best application of the cloud. So they are hiring some cloud and they are deploying their resources, and from there they are connecting to all other particular users so that they can transfer their particular information to the clients. And the next one is backup and recovery. Suppose a recovery. So like I have knowingly or unknowingly I have deleted one resource. Already the resource will be I have requested, but unknowingly I have deleted. So that particular deleted service also I can recover back. So in the practical demonstration, so we'll see how to recover the deleted resources. There are some conditions. It is not that unconditionally you can recover. So there is some conditions where you can recover. So you need, suppose my service name is service 1 or storage 1. This is my service name. So if I deleted the service 1, then within 14 days only, I need to request the cloud service provider to recover back. And same name service 1 will not be given to any other resource. If you are giving the service 1 to any other resource, then automatically the old service will be replaced by the new service. So then there is no trace back. So there are some conditions will be there to recovery that particular deleted knowingly or unknowingly. So that feature is there. And e-commerce application, nowadays most of the applications which they are generating and which they are going for a large scale is through e-commerce only. So you can go for Amazon, you can go for Netflix, you can go for Microsoft 365, Office 365, Outlook. All these things are completely based on the cloud. All these are e-commerce applications where they can connect to massive public. Okay, all the resources will be delivered to the public. And we are coming to the second part of this cloud computing, that is cloud fundamental. Before entering into this, any doubts from the first part?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Sir, whatever we have these online classes, means Google Classroom, Zoom, and WebEx, all these will come under application of cloud computing in education?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Even Byju is also there. Now Udemy is also there. This you might be knowing, like some videos will be recorded and they can give some access. Like in Udemy, all the classes will be recorded. So we need some storage, right?
Okay.
So large number of videos will be there, thousands of videos. So where they need some storage devices. So they cannot maintain physically.
Okay.
They cannot, because the requirement is keep on changing. One new course is coming, then 1,000 courses will be deployed, and this is requiring a special requirement is generated urgently. Okay, so that means all these particular videos will be placed on the storage. So that obviously requires some cloud service. Yes.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Yes. Okay. Any other doubt, please?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Sir,
Good morning,
I'm
sir.
having a doubt. Like we talk about cloud, so I mean, security issues are there or not, sir, in this cloud? Because everything is online, anybody can access from any part of the world. So it won't be, I mean, dangerous in near future if things are being leaked out, like.
Sir, so regarding cloud services, all the cloud services are highly encrypted, sir. And that is one thing. So we cannot decrypt the source. Even if you are hacking your resources, any other person, so you cannot see your content. That is one. All the resources are encrypted. The second thing, so you cannot give the access. So you can give like if you are having 10 members team where you are working on a single project. So maybe the privileges are different. Maybe I am a team member. I may not. I don't require something to update. One particular Excel file is there. I cannot update this. So you can give the access like Narendra should not update. So that is how you can maintain the like roles and responsibilities of each user. So that is how you can minimize the threat. So security part is also there. And one more thing, so we have two parties involved in cloud service. One is from front end, that is client side, and the other one is cloud service provider. From the cloud service provider, there is absolutely nothing. So highly secure algorithm they are using, hacking free algorithms. Everything is roles and responsibility based. Everything they are taking care. But the front end people are there, na? So they are also should take part of the security part. If they are unnecessarily leaking the data, then nobody will help. So this is one part. And don't give your user ID and password to any other person. So these are minimum things we need to take care so that the security part of this cloud service will be highly 100% secure.
Okay,
So
thank you,
there
sir.
are, yes, sir. I need to add something in this. Like you can see, there are a lot of security features are nowadays coming to the pictures. Like those nowadays the cyber crimes and all these things are happening. So the cloud computing companies are also picturizing many security features in cloud computing. Like they have those for website, you know about SSL certificate, right? So HTTPS. So it is kind of security only, which is given for the HTTP protocol.
And moreover,
like firewalls also are being included in the cloud computing. Like the same way we are using firewalls on our laptop PCs, the same way we are getting all those things on our cloud computing with the higher upgraded versions for the server. So the lack of data, like security wise, even nowadays companies like WhatsApp, Facebook, even Google is assuring the security morely because of this encryption of the security, and they are taking like they are demanding in such a way like your data is secure in such a manner like no one can see your data, only the chat between two persons will be getting those things will be done. So this is the kind of security what nowadays the companies are giving willing to give to us. So the security wise there will be no issue in cloud computing.
Even all the resources once they are deployed onto the for the client, so the cloud service provider is continuously monitoring the services. If they are sensing like one particular resource is hacked by any other person, then automatically the redundant resource already deployed on different region. So this particular part will be cancelled, and that will be the duplicate resource from other region will be replaced with the existing resource, so that your part, your security part will be quite 100%. So you can trust. Yeah, can I move on to the next part of this cloud computing? So that is cloud fundamentals. So this is the terminology regarding the cloud. So multi-tenancy, content delivery network, serverless, cloud services, scalability, virtualization. We already know all these terms. So I'll give you 1 point for each and every term. So multi-tenancy. So that means here, like multi-tenancy, how to understand this. So we are having initially a large infrastructure. Maybe one sir told me like physically we can deploy all my servers. That is called data center. In my data center, each and every data center is having large amount of storage, like thousands of GBs of storage will be available. But we are dividing this large storage into small chunks, and the same chunk will be given to the particular client who requested with this particular service. So after using this client one user this 1 GB data, 1 GB storage service, and after 1 month he releases the particular 1 GB resource. Then the same released 1 GB resource will be allocated to the other person. So that is how one resource will be having many users time to time. So that is called as multi-tenancy. So same resources will be pooled for all the customers. So whenever the customer is releasing that particular resource, the same service will be given to other service. That is multi-tenancy. Content delivery network. Yes, the name itself is saying in the network we can connect to every other parts of the resources. Serverless. Yes, in the complete cloud computing there is no server at all. All the services from the cloud computing is completely serverless. Cloud services, whatever be the request served by the cloud service provider called as cloud services, maybe virtual machine, maybe storage, maybe networking part, maybe any legacy apps and everything. So cloud services, whatever be the function which is delivered by the particular cloud service, people are called as cloud services. Scalability, yes, scalability means you can increase the instances of the requested resources according to the dynamic requirements of the business. So in my business, my business is growing very high. Then means one virtual machine is not sufficient enough. Then we can go and create multiple instances of the existing virtual machines. So that is how you can scale up and scale down. Same way, so we can go for horizontal way and vertical way. So that is called scalability. Virtualization, we are dividing the large chunk into small things, and you are keeping it on the cloud. So that is called virtualization. And these are the characteristics. These are few characteristics of cloud computing. The first one is broad network access. Broad network access means you can access your resources from anywhere. So from office or from India or from Germany or anything. So that is broad network access. Rapid elasticity. Rapid elasticity is nothing but we have seen scalability. Scalability means manually we are giving some threshold limit. So when the traffic is meeting the threshold limit, automatically the new instances of the resources will be created. So that is completely manual. Suppose say you don't want to give the manual way of scaling up or scaling down the resources, then you can tell the cloud computing people that if at all something happens, something other things need to happen. I need to scale up by one virtual machine or by two virtual machines. Then you can give this instruction to the cloud service provider. They will continuously monitoring the traffic, and means automatically they scale up or scale down. That is automation. The automation of the scalability is nothing but the elasticity. So it is rapid. So it is continued by second. It is monitoring the services. And this is a measured service. Measured service means all the resources will be monitored continuously 24/7, 365 days, only for billing. And this is only for billing. And if at all sir told like security part, for the security part also, if someone hacked your resources, means that will be replaced. So for all these different purposes, all the services, all the resources will be monitored continuously. And on-demand self-service. So this is completely on-demand. The cloud will not go for offline. Like it will not have marketing part and forcing part. This is completely voluntary. Whatever, if you are requesting only, the services will be deployed on your account. Otherwise, they don't deploy the resources on your account. There is a completely on-demand self-service. Resource pooling. Yes, we have large resources, and all these large resources will be divided into small chunks, and these small chunks will be pooled for all the customers. Pay as you go. So that means the particular services which you are requested from the cloud service provider, only those services only build. Otherwise, no other service will be built. So here we'll try to go for the differences between the on-premise. On-premise means local, and the cloud advantages. So on-premise means we need to maintain. So we need to look at the 2 points. On-premise means software, and the something like some cost or some capex will be known to all, or some capex will not be known to all. So that is called as hidden cost. So software licensing. Suppose on-premise we are purchasing software by having some amount. So that is known to all. But after purchasing, so we need to deploy the software into hardware. For hardware, we need power. If power is there, cooling is there, some physical space we required, security we required, disaster recovery also we need to maintain, and some manpower we need to maintain. We need to train the manpower according to the requirement. Suppose if one trained person is going to other organization, new person will come, and we need to train them. So these are all hidden costs. So whenever you go for on-premise, so there will be two parts. One is visual and the other one is hidden cost. So all these things will be taken care by the particular business people only if they are doing on-premise, traditional business. So large capex is required, large capex. So to maintain all these things like hardware, power, cooling, training part, and physical security, physical space, everything we need money. So that is large capex is required and minimum operational expenditure is required. This is on-premise business. When come to cloud business, the capex is low because the capex, all these things are there in the hardware, power, cooling, physical space, security, disaster recovery, training part, everything is taken care by the cloud people. So that is the reason why there is little amount of capex is there and operational cost is high. So if you want to scale up your business, then one virtual machine is created. For that, we need to have more buildings. So that means operation wise, the cost is high. So this is the standard difference between on-premise business and cloud business. In this cloud, we need to have the subscription first. If you want to use any of the resources, we need to have the subscription. In the subscription itself, these things will be included like manpower, hardware, cooling, power, real estate. Real estate means physical space and physical security, disaster recovery, okay, availability, security, all these things will cover. So and we can expect like IT support will be there. We can expect some new software features are updated. Then you can deploy the new features, new operating system patches onto the existing one. All these things will be taken care of by the cloud people. So this is the basic difference between the on-premise and the cloud businesses. Now we'll go from the third part of this particular cloud computing part, that is deployment and delivery models. Before entering into this third part, please, anybody having any doubt means please respond, please. Please, anybody?
Yeah, I have one doubt.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
why
sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, why is cloud called serverless? Because still we need servers, right, to run cloud applications. Yes. And all. So that part it's not very clear to me.
Serverless means like server is nothing but is a mastermind which is giving instruction to the client to work. But here we are managing the things from our end. That is one thing. And here all the things we are before only we are telling this. Okay, to the resource to work like everything we are telling before that. So the cloud itself is the server. So the cloud will tell how to work, where to take the data and everything. Okay, that part will be taken care by the cloud. So this particular resource is working once it is connected or deployed in the infrastructure, means there is no point of getting instructions from the server. It is already having once it is deployed. So that is the reason why we don't need servers for any operation in the cloud.
Okay.
The cloud itself is the server. Server is there, but that is invisible. The cloud itself is server for any resource.
Okay. Thank you.
Can we move on to the third part, like deployment and the delivery models? So here we assume that the cloud is of single type. Yes, the cloud is of three types. So like private cloud, community cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. So like we'll go to private cloud. So private cloud means your resources. We are requesting some services from the cloud service provider. He is deploying all the resources. So we have two types of infrastructures. One is completely private infrastructure. One is cloud infrastructure. If we are deploying all the resources on the private infrastructure of a single organization, then it is called as private cloud. There is no access to any other public outside of this organization. So that is called private cloud. Private cloud. Quite opposite to the private cloud, we have public cloud. Public cloud means so we are deploying all the services from the cloud service provider on the public infrastructure or cloud service provider infrastructure. Then this infrastructure will be giving access to all the public. Then that is said to be public cloud. So in the private cloud, so since one single organization is taking care of all the physical components, everything, infrastructure, the cost involvement is very high. The cost involvement is very high. That is the biggest disadvantage. And the advantage part of private cloud is you can have the greatest control over your resources, your data, and your ownership. Suppose if you want to add one more server to your existing infrastructure, so then that decision taken by you, and you can add one more like a server to your existing infrastructure. That means you can take your ownership. So you can take the decision. So that is the useful part of this private cloud. Only the disadvantage is the capex involved. Coming to the public cloud. So since these resources are on massive scale, all the public are using the same cloud service. So the capex is shared among all the public, so that each public is having a little amount of amount they need to pay you to use these services. So the capex is very less. But here the ownership is the problem. That means, suppose say if you are using a public cloud, if you want to add some extra feature to your existing business, some extra feature to your existing business, that your requirement, but other people are not having that particular requirement. So here you cannot add, you cannot request, or you cannot add that particular extra resource to your existing public cloud. So that means you are not taking the ownership and you are not having the control. The only part is the common things are there that you can use very efficiently, and the capex are the cost involvement is very less. So that is called public cloud. Community cloud, that means this is the outdated one, but for the namesake we'll discuss once. Community cloud means we are having in between like a private cloud and a public cloud. So we are taking the best features of the private cloud and public cloud, and we are keeping in the community cloud. So in this community cloud, so I need to take highest control of the data. I need to have more security, highest security. I need to have lowest amount. See here, highest security and ownership comes from private cloud, and amount should be less means it is coming from public cloud. So that I'm integrating the best features of private cloud and the public cloud, and I'm keeping in the community cloud. So the community cloud, how can you reduce the cost involvement? Means you are sharing this particular resources among a large community. Hello. Hello.
You take a photo, and after start that, here you stand and take photo. With the screen.
Narendra, you can unmute yourself. Sorry, I want to let you know all, please unmute, please mute your mic. Narendra?
Okay.
Yes, you were on mute, I think.
Now?
Yes, now you are audible.
Okay. So I'm going for the third part. Yes. Yeah. So coming to the private part. Okay. So did you understand all? Please, private cloud, public cloud, community cloud. So community cloud means few people have the same interest. Okay, I want to use the same structure of the resources, then they will join you. So they will share the amount. So that is how you can reduce the amount involved. And you have more control, more ownership, and less cost. But this is an outdated one. So no people are coming together with the same interest, and now everybody are having unique requirements, so that we are not using community cloud. So hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud means we are taking one all the futures like private cloud, public cloud. So here the thing is like Azure is there, Amazon is there, Google is there. So we are taking futures of all the particular clouds, and we are keeping a separate cloud. That is called hybrid cloud. So see here the detailed description of private cloud. The cloud services are offered on the private infrastructure, though no other person will come and see your data. That is how you can maintain high security for your data. Ownership is high, but only the thing is cost involvement. And you can maintain on-premise data center also. Your own data center you can maintain. So without your data center, you cannot deploy all the services, okay, on your infrastructure. So the only part, the disadvantage part is cost involvement. Community cloud, already we have discussed, so many people will come with the same interest and they will share the resources and the money. And public cloud, we are all using nowadays, we are all using this public cloud only, like Google Drive. Google Drive is there, Outlook is there, Microsoft 365 is there, Netflix is there. So all these things are public cloud. So this public cloud where we are having all the resources deployed. And hello, yeah. So the cost is also very less. Only the public cloud, only one disadvantage. It's not disadvantage. Only one thing we need to look at is the ownership problem. Okay, so we cannot request whatever be the requirement. If your business is having one urgent requirement generated at once, that cannot be handled using public cloud. Hybrid cloud, yes, we are having the features of all the cloud, public, private, and all these things. That is called as hybrid cloud. And now after understanding different types of cloud, so now we will go for delivery models. So that means here, what is the meaning of delivery model? Means we are requesting, as a client, we are requesting some services from the cloud service provider. The service provider will deploy all the resources on your infrastructure or on the cloud infrastructure. The way they are delivering the services is called as delivery model. So basing on the delivery part, we can divide the delivery models into three different parts. One is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So infrastructure as a service. Go for a detailed diagram, and so that you all feel comfortable. So let me come back to this particular slide after few minutes. So this is pass, and yeah, this is the diagram. It is very easy to understand what is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, and on-premise. So suppose say my scenario is to a new IT firm. Suppose I'm having a little, very small IT firm, which is having very good business. And now I want to increase my business. Now already we have discussed this point in the first slide itself. So what to do when I want to expand my business? Okay, that means here I need to purchase some servers. Already few ma'ams and sirs told me this. Few servers, physical servers I need to purchase. And then I need to go for purchasing storage devices. And I need to go for purchasing networking components like routers, switches, and all. So this is the thing. And after that, virtualization we need to have, and operating systems we need to deploy on the particular servers, and middleware. Middleware means your business is having your own requirements, your own softwares. So then I have seen one supermarket like My Sales is the software. My Sales is the software they have purchased from one vendor. So now this particular vendor will come and deploy this particular hardware on the server. So this is a special requirement. This My Sales software is not there in other particular supermarkets. So this is your own requirement. That is called middleware. And we need to run, you need to run this particular server with your all these deployments, either as a server or as a container, so as a Docker. So that is called as runtime. And you need to have the data input to the particular server, and you need to run the applications. Okay, you need to run the applications according to your business requirements. So these are the different parts we need to look at if you want to expand your business. So 9 steps are there. So now what I am doing is, see here, up to virtualization, I am from networking, storage, servers, virtualization. This part I am taking as hardware part, where the real hardware is there. Servers are there, storage is there, networking is there, virtualization is also there. This part I'm taking as hardware part. This operating system is there, middleware is there. This part I'm taking as platform. Okay, we are creating a new platform according to your business. And this runtime data applications, we are calling as software part. Okay, this is software part, and this is platform part, and the bottom is hardware part. Suppose if you are maintaining all these things on your own, so then that is called as, that delivery model is called on-premise. So you are the only responsible person who is maintaining all these particular things like servers, cooling, storage, networking, data, applications, everything. So then the capex is very huge. So what we have discussed, all the advantages, disadvantages will be there. So the capex is more, you need to train, you need to power, you need to input the power, cooling, physical space, security, everything you need to go. But this is a old model. So because of this capex involved. So now we are moving onto the quite opposite part of this on-premise. That is nothing but all these things will be maintained by cloud people. All these things will be maintained by cloud people. That means hardware, the cloud people will deliver. The platform, the cloud people will deliver. The data and application, they will build and deploy onto your premises. That means everything we are getting from the cloud service provider. That part is called as software as a service, SaaS. Now in between we have two more services, infrastructure as a service. The name itself is saying like infrastructure as a service. So the cloud people will deliver only the infrastructure or the hardware part of the application. See here. So networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, you need like the cloud people only will provide. So we need to maintain your middleware, runtime, data, applications. You need to maintain your data will be, you need to maintain your application, your coding part, everything you need to maintain. So that means whenever if I want to go for infrastructure as a service, I need to sure that my expert people are good at coding and good at applications. Okay, so then only I need to opt infrastructure part. Otherwise, I should go for software as a service, because if I cannot maintain the data and I cannot know the how to code, means I cannot go for infrastructure. Infrastructure means only hardware part will be delivered. The remaining part will be maintained by the particular client only. And we have one more service like platform as a service. That means besides this hardware part, they are providing the platform also, like middleware, runtime also provided. So then only one part is left with the client. That is, they need to input the data for the resources, and they need to run some applications. So that is called as platform as a service. So depends on your requirement. So you can choose one of the option as a delivery model. So now we'll go and see elaborately what is the meaning of this infrastructure as a service. So this is the basic form for any business. That means infrastructure will be there. If you see for each and everything, for each and every delivery model, this infrastructure will be there. Infrastructure will be there in the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. This is the common part. So that is the reason why I call infrastructure as a service is the most basic form. This will be there, whatever be the delivery model. And the basic resources are provided. Only the hardware part is provided. So no data, no application, no platform is provided. So what you get here is you need to have high control, but high engagement from your side. The client is highly engaged. That means he need to look after the monitoring part, the security part, vigilance part, everything he's engaged with. So that if we are okay with this, then you can go for IaaS. One example for this IaaS, infrastructure as a service, means the first example, virtual machine. So you are requesting the Azure to have virtual machine in your subscription. So then virtual machine is nothing but hardware part of the service. So that is example for IaaS. Coming to the platform as a service. So here hardware will be provided and the platform is also provided. So only thing is you need to keep the data and you need to run according to your application. So it can be used to develop the applications. So this development of application is by the consumer only. That means by the client only. Okay. And possible to write the code and configure the service. He need to write. The client need to write the code, because you are not requesting the code from the cloud service provider. So you need to write the code and deploy onto your services. The cloud vendor only manages the infrastructure part, infrastructure only, underlying infrastructure only. Infrastructure means hardware and the platform. That means operating system and all. So the particular coding, configuration and deployment and the development, management, okay, all these things taken care by the consumer. So this is called as platform as a service. The example for platform as a service is your SQL database. So when you are creating a SQL database as a service in your Azure cloud computing platform, then it is considered hardware part. Some hardware we are requiring, and some data also. We are writing some code like create a table, insert some data. All these things we are writing some code, that is called hardware part, and software part also there. Coding part is also there. That is the example for platform as a service. Now, software as a service, suppose say, like in calendar, we have given some examples like Google Drive, Google Docs, Calendar, Google Sheets, Microsoft Office 365. You can go for Airbnb, Netflix. So many examples are there. So these are acting like apps. So you can download after paying some amount to the subscription. After paying some amount to the subscription, you can get your things done. So everything is there in the particular package itself. This is like an app, a ready-made shopping. So that is called as your hardware. They will maintain the platform. They will the cloud service people will maintain, and the data and the application part also they will maintain. Only thing is you need to download from the Play Store or any app store, and then you can use it. So that is called as PaaS. So the examples are these are the examples. Okay. So Netflix and all. So these are the different things which we are managing as a client and which the cloud service people are managing from their end. So these are the things. The blue color defines you are managing as a client. Okay. And the gray color will show these are the services which the cloud service provider will manage. Anyhow, the responsibility between both parties. And coming to the market trends of this cloud computing, as we know that the conventional businesses now tending towards the cloud side. So because of so many advantages. So let us see one specific scenario where in 2020, the cloud market already witnessed a $371.4 billion across the globe. Okay. And now they are expecting in 2025, they are expecting $832.1 billion in 2025. That means with a CAGR rate of 14.2%. So 14.2% CAGR is a huge business. Okay, a huge business. Even Reliance people are also having with a CAGR of 2% or 3%. They are growing every year. So that we felt like a very huge amount of profits they are generating. Now see here, the cloud is having huge potentiality. Okay. So we understand that the cloud market is having huge potentiality with a CAGR of 14.2%. Now, what is the next point in having this particular 14.2%? Is there any thing of which we can relate to that? Yes. So let me go before explaining the particular job market. Okay, go for this projection, the prediction. So in 2021, we expect already this business had happened. In 22, this business had happened. And now we are expecting the cloud business in 2030. So this is around 14 billion. So that means if you calculate the particular growth rate, it is around 300% year-on-year sales. Okay. So 380 to $1640.10 billion in this range. In this 10 years means it is having around 300% year-on-year sales. So like this is from 10 years. If you are if you want to take for 1 year, the 1 year sales growth is 30%, nearly 31%, which is very huge. This is only prediction. This is only prediction. You can expect more business from the cloud. If everyone are opting cloud means they definitely will have more business. Okay, when the market is high, so do you have any job market? Or can we participate in the growth? Yes, we can participate in the growth. As a faculty member, so we can participate in the growth of the cloud business, or else we can make the students to equip with the knowledge of the cloud, and they in turn they will get into the market, job market, cloud job market. So these are the different roles and responsibilities where you can enter in. Okay, where you can enter in is as a employee in the cloud business. You can go for cloud architect. So the cloud architect is the most desired role and responsibility in the cloud business. It is around 28%. So this means whenever you are having some certifications, you can have knowledge over the cloud on how to manage the resources, how to give permissions, how to recovery the deleted resources, everything. Like you can go for a cloud architect, and job prospects are very high. See here, the lowest one is site reliability engineer, only to maintain the data center somewhere. You are working at the data centers, so much expertise is not required. So the jobs are also very less. So when you are equipping with more knowledge, more prospects will be there, more growth will be there, and you can able to participate in the job market from the cloud growth. And after understanding this, is there any doubt till this point in time? Hello. Hello. So can I move on to the unit 4? Or else, if people are having any doubts, please.
No, sir. No doubt, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So now
No doubt, no doubt, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So now we are
So
entering.
Narendra, actually,
Mahesh.
at 11:50 we will be taking break, and 11:30 again all faculties will be joining, and after this break we will move to this unit 4, which is introduction to the Azure portal. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So anyone are having doubts related with the content which we have gone through? Yes, I'm sharing the attendance form on group, either on WhatsApp group also, and in chat also. Please have that attendance form filled by you.
Okay, Mahesh.
So I have posted one attendance Google form. So every faculty should fill that form for the attendance purpose. Even I'm also posting the same thing on your WhatsApp group.
Mahesh, one small doubt. Okay.
Okay, everyone
Sir,
got the attendance form?
Yeah, Mubaz, sir, regarding the vertical scaling doubt. So scaling you might be knowing. So according to the dynamic changes of the business requirements, so we need to scale up or scale down. The scaling process can be divided into two parts: horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. Suppose say your requirement is there, like you are deployed one web portal, and through which you are taking the business that we are deployed into the public cloud. So all the people are logging into and they are purchasing, and automatically sometimes like in the daytime maybe. So take the scenario something like that. In the daytime at 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you are witnessed large traffic. So then this is keep on repeating. This keep on repeating. After observing for 2 days or 3 days, what you do is, so you are telling the cloud service provider that whenever I'm having between 12 to 1 p.m. Okay, whenever I'm having more than 90% of my utilization of the existing resource, then what you do is create another server, instance of the server. So that is how you can tell the cloud service provider you are creating one more instance of the resource whenever the business requirement meets, the threshold condition meets. So this is horizontal scaling. Suppose if you don't want to maintain more number of instances of the existing resource, so you can handle in another way also. So you are increasing the existing computational power. So that means earlier we are having computational power very less, means it is not suitable for handling that particular that much traffic. Now you are increasing the computational power of the existing resource. We are not replicating the resource. When you are replicating the resource, that is called horizontal scaling. When you are increasing the computational power of the existing resource, then it is called vertical scaling. That depends on your wish, like whether to increase the computational power of the existing resource or want to create more instances of the existing resource. That is taken care by completely the client according to your things. Whenever this particular things happen, whenever the threshold condition of your business meets. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mahesh, shall we go for 11:15 now?
Yes, it's now 11:15 and 11:30 we will be joining. Yes, Ashish sir, you want to say something? I think, yeah, Ashish sir is having some doubt.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yes, as I have not received any confirmation for this session. So I have registered from my both email IDs. So I'm not able to understand which ID I will provide in LMS, sir.
So, sir, you can provide your Gmail ID also on LMS. And, for configuring this portal, like Microsoft Azure, needed Outlook account. So you need to go to the link on which we have shared in the chat. You need to go there and you need to personally register on that portal, which is known as LMS. So you need to register firstly on that, and then you can use the same mail ID which is being used for registering purpose.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you all. Like we can take a break of 15 minutes. Like on 11:30 we will continue.
So meanwhile, you please click the attendance form and fill the details.
Yes.
Can we start, Mahesh?
Yes, Narendra. We can start at 11:30. It's 11:29. Let's wait for 1 minute and we will be getting started.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So welcome back, dear faculty members. So now we'll resume to the next unit. So before going to that, let me share the screen now. Mahesh, is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So welcome back. Now the unit 4, that means introduction to the Azure. Dear faculty member, please give me the confirmation that so that I can start unit 4. So up to this, we are discussed only the theory part of cloud computing. Now we are entering into the first step, the practical part of Azure. Maybe you are having a doubt like why Azure only. So we are having so many service providers like Amazon, Azure, Google also. But Azure is getting more market space. So that you can see. I'll show when time comes, like after completing this presentation, I'll show you that the Google trends also, even in India and across the world, across all the countries, now Azure is getting domination. It is having more market space. So that is a wise part to learn Azure part. So you can learn other things are also, but if you are learning Azure cloud computing, then you can relate to other services also. So 99% the services are quite similar. The names are only different when you want to move to other cloud part. Yeah. So now I'm starting unit 4, that is introduction to Azure platform. So now what is the meaning of Azure? So Azure is a cloud computing platform where that is developed by Microsoft in the year 2010. In the year 2014, that was completely deployed onto the public purpose. So anybody can use the resources. Okay. So now Microsoft Azure is a cloud computing platform which can deliver all the services on the demand of the clients. So always remember that in the cloud computing scenario, we have two parts. One is client part. Client will be there as a stakeholder, and the cloud service provider is also there as a stakeholder. So between these two parties, everything will be there. The other services will be deployed. So now the Azure gives the freedom to the customer or the client to build, to manage, and to deploy all the applications on the massive. And you can use your favorite tools and frameworks also for your business requirement. So that means basically it is giving the freedom to the clients to do whatever they want. So they are providing whatever the services the particular client is requested for. So now, why Azure cloud only? So as already we have discussed, like Amazon is there, Amazon Web Services is there, Google GCP is there. Now, why Azure? So these are the things basically which we can look at in order to choose why Azure only. So Azure provides high availability, scalability, elasticity, agility, geo distribution, disaster recovery, and fault tolerance. Now, what is the meaning of high availability? Suppose say I have requested the Azure cloud service provider for one virtual machine. So they, after receiving the request from the client side, the cloud service people, the Azure people deployed one virtual machine according to your requirements in your premises, in your subscription. So now in the night, do you expect the service in the night? Yes. So 24/7, 365 days, as long as you are in MOU with the cloud service provider, if all the resources are connecting to your resource, your particular accessibility, then that is called as high availability. You can access the resource anywhere, anytime, or from any device. Okay. So then the resources are giving some service to you, then that is called as high availability. In generally, this availability will be varying from one resource to other resource. Maybe you are having 99.99% availability for one particular resource, may not be true for another resource. Maybe it is having more than 99.99% or less than 99.99%. So we can take in Azure the average availability for any resource for any client is 99.99%. So scalability means according to the business requirements, which is changing from runtime, so dynamically. So you can increase the instances horizontally, or you can increase the computational power vertically, so that you can scale automatically according to business requirements. That is called scalability. Elasticity. In the scalability, you are manually deploying one threshold condition to increase or to decrease the resources. But here elasticity means automatically you are giving some authority or some freedom to the cloud service provider to themselves. They will create when you are meeting the particular scalability threshold limit. Agility. So that means what I mean to say is scalability and elasticity are having scenario. Only thing is scalability is manually we are doing, elasticity is automatical way we are creating the instances of the resources. That is the only difference. Agility means the speed or the time lapse between the requested service and the deployment of the service from the cloud service provider. Usually we request the services from the client part, so by posting some request, okay, to the cloud service provider, the time taken by the service provider to deploy all these requested services on the premises, maybe on the private infrastructure or the public infrastructure, that time is called as agility. So this we expect a high agility. So when the time is very less, that means the speed is very high. So we usually expect high agility from the Microsoft Azure cloud computing services. Geo distribution, that means all my data centers are distributed globally. So that means you can request, suppose say I am from India and AP, so then I may be having one particular data center which is very near to my region. And same way, if you are from US, so maybe one data center which is very closer to you. So when suppose say what is the problem centralized data center? So if you are having one centralized data center, then if I am far away from this particular data center, I may get some latency. I may get connected to this particular data center maybe after 1 second later than other customers, other clients. So that is called latency. So the latency part should be very much minimized, so to have more faster access. So that is the reason why the Azure people deployed many data centers across the globe, and these data centers are giving connections seamlessly to all the people across all the countries. So that is how the data centers are geo distributed. Disaster recovery. Suppose say in one particular region, you are requested, but I am from AP, India. I am connecting to Central India data center, and I requested one resource like virtual machine. So at the time of virtual machine creation itself, so the cloud people will generate two instances. One is so directly deploying onto my subscription. The other one is they will deploy onto the nearest region, not in my region, nearest region. Whenever some disaster is there, one natural calamity like earthquake, tsunami, something happen, some software glitches, maybe cyber attacks, some disaster, natural calamity or man-made calamity. So because of this disaster, if my resource is not working, if my resource is not available to me as a client, then automatically there is a monitoring part from the Azure cloud people. So they will monitor and they will test the health condition of this particular resource. And if it is not so good, then automatically this faulty or not working or not available resource will be replaced by the other instance of the my request from other region. So that is called disaster recovery. And fault tolerance. Fault tolerance means I'm having one resource deployed on my region. Suppose because of some hardware problems or software errors, or maybe any other some reasons, my resource is not working. So when my resource is not working, keep in mind that it is not available to me. So as a client, I will see the interruption in the service provided by the cloud service provider. So that means the client will not feel good. So that is the reason why even some faults are occurring, the faults will be replaced by the faulty machines will be replaced by other fresh ones. So that is called fault tolerance. And this fault tolerance and disaster recovery, all these things, when you are creating redundancy. So you, at the time of request from the client itself, we are creating the more number of instances of the same resource, so that in place of disaster and fault times, we are replacing with the newer ones. So that is how my system is fault tolerant. When I'm feeling like my system is fault tolerant and disaster recovery means I will experience more availability for my resource, so that the customer, the client will feel seamless services from the cloud service, so that he will feel satisfied. So because of these many features, we opt Microsoft Azure. And what is Azure Portal? So Azure Portal is a web-based. Already one ma'am asked like there is any physical connection between the front end, that means client side and cloud service providers. Yes. So there is no physical connection. Everything will be through online internet. So that is, we have a separate portal which is unified console will be there, where all the resources from the cloud cloud service provider will be deployed, and you can request the service whichever you want. Everything through web based, and you can manage your subscription. You need to have some subscription first to get into that particular unified console, and then you can request. And after having subscription, proper subscription, you can build, you can manage, you can monitor, you can deploy all the services. Even the application is very simple application, or maybe you are having a complex application. So that depends on our requirement. So we can create custom dashboards. Suppose say my requirement is to maintain one particular service. So in my dashboard, I'm having only one. Maybe you are maintaining 100 dashboards, 100 services, maybe 100 different resources. Then the dashboard is accordingly varies for you. So we can configure accessibility options for optimal experience. So optimal experience means, so you are comfortable. Like I have requested one web service. I have requested one web service, and I know that my web service is for only Indian people. So in India, the most of the market is on the daytime. So I want to scale up when the traffic increases in the daytime. Automatically in the night time, I don't want to increase. Okay, that is how I can configure my accessibility options in the Azure portal itself for optimal experience, or billing, whatever. Okay, so unnecessary wastage. So you can configure your accessibility. So this is the place. This is Azure Marketplace. So in this Azure Marketplace, what we are doing is, besides Azure, here we have a notion that Azure will maintain all the services. Maybe I told you 600 plus services are available in the Azure Cloud Service Computing Platform. Maybe this 600 plus, out of 600 plus services, few services, most of the services will be maintained by the Azure itself. Okay, Microsoft itself. The services are developed by Microsoft. Besides this Microsoft, we have other services from other companies. Like suppose a SQL database I want to deploy on my infrastructure, on my subscription. So I'll type here, the search box is there. So in the search, I will type SQL databases. Then it will show all possible SQL databases which you can select. So some of the SQL databases developed by Microsoft, some of the SQL databases will be developed by Oracle, maybe other. So that means the third parties, other different vendors also will come into the picture, and they can deploy their resources. Even if we are good enough, we can create one application and we can deploy onto Azure platform, so that if other persons are interested in using my resource, then they can deploy my service. So that means other vendors will be there, and the other third party people will be there in this particular resource allocation. So this collection of all these services, whether it is from Microsoft or from other vendor or third party, all these things will be collected at Azure Marketplace. So this is the common platform where all the resources will be maintained. And we have two types of interfaces, or maybe this is a web console. So like a GUI approach. So you can request all the services from the Microsoft Azure from GUI approach, or else if you are not comfortable in the GUI, you can go for command line tools also.
Narendra.
Mahesh. Yes, Mahesh.
Yes. Like Instead of having this theoretically, we will be showing it practically. Okay, so you can unshare your screen and I will be taking over practical part. Okay.
So
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So any doubt, please, till this point in time, we'll rectify. Otherwise, we'll connect in the practical way. You can unmute and otherwise you can keep in chat.
Okay, so any doubts, faculty you are having, you can put those doubts in the chat box, and Narendra and me will definitely solve your doubts related with the queries which you are having. So now let me share my screen first. Okay. Yes, everyone getting my screen? Narendra? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you very much. So this is how the dashboard of Microsoft Azure look like. Before moving to this dashboard, I want to show you how to get into this. For that, the URL you need to type is portal.azure.com. Okay. So after typing this URL, you will be pointed to the login page of Microsoft Azure. Now, what we people have done, so we have taken your Outlook IDs, right? On your Outlook ID, the same Outlook ID which you have used for the registration purpose, the same Outlook ID you need to configure here also. So you use the same Outlook ID for sign also to the Microsoft Azure. Okay, like the way I'm having this Outlook ID with me and I'm signing with this Outlook ID. After getting signing to this Outlook ID, I will be seeing the screen of the dashboard, which will be in such manner. If and for you people, like it will be somewhat different because some of you might be getting the same screen or some of you might be getting a free login ID screen, like, and in that screen you need to tell us, like those are getting the problem with the subscription part. And after getting login to this Azure portal, what first thing you will be checking, you will be saying, you will be searching in the search box is the subscription. Okay, subscription. So after typing few words of subscription, you will be getting suggestions, and one key image you will be getting at this point. You need to click on that subscription, and after getting that subscription, clicking on that subscription, you will be finding the subscription which is given by our company, which is named as EF subscription. Okay, the EF subscription. So you need to be sure, like everyone are having this EF subscription with you, and here the overviews and dashboard of that EF subscription, what you are looking at. So let us click on home. So like Narendra told us, like there are numbers of features and numbers of third-party softwares which is being supported by Microsoft Azure. Yes, it is right, because the larger you can see, like if you want to see the resources, what this Microsoft Azure gets supported, you can click on this menu section, and here you will be finding one option with all services. Okay, so after clicking on all services, you will be getting the list of all the services what this Microsoft Azure is offering to you. Okay, so there is a categorical formatting is also there, and there is list formatting also there. So categorical is some kind of the work which you are doing, like you're doing work with AI and machine learning, then you all services with the AI and machine learning you will be getting here. If you are doing analytical part, like analysis work you're doing, then all analysis services you will be getting here. If you are doing compute part, okay, so the compute part facilities or services will be seen here. So here you can see like there is a infrastructure as a services, platform as a services. Here the serverless, microservers, services, high performance computing, hybrid cloud. So all things are nothing but those are the services which is being provided by Microsoft Azure. Again, there are a lot of categories are there like the database. You can click on database. Here you will be finding all the database related topics or services which is being provided by Microsoft Azure. DevOps, like nowadays it has been trend. This word has been trending nowadays. Like what is DevOps and DevOps? DevOps is nothing but it is a kind of philosophy or it is a kind of process for which those companies like MNCs and higher or smaller level of companies are using this DevOps operation in their curriculum, like for building a software and deploying any kind of software to a client. So this is all the services which is been needed for DevOps is being shown here. So some like this way you can explore morely like what services this Microsoft is Azure is providing to us by clicking on the categorical part. Okay, and after clicking on all services, you will be finding the list item. Like here also you will be finding the same thing like but in listed format. So these are the 600 plus services which is the Microsoft is providing to us. This is what about the menu part. Okay, so here you can see the dashboard of your Azure portal, where you will be finding right now the dashboard or right now the account I'm holding of my company is of owner account. Okay, so before going to this account topic, I want to show you the dashboard. Like it is a private dashboard. It is for me only. So the dashboard will be different for each logins. Like your dashboard can be different because you are assigned as a contributor, and the hierarchy is been set in this Azure portal. Like, let me explain you. Just a second. I think it is not taking. Okay, got it. So the first part, what this hierarchy has been defined. The first part is like a group of management. Okay, resource management. So there are a management team. Yes.
Sir, this subscription, I am not having any issues. Like you told to go on Portal Azure, right? So their
Yes.
subscription I'm not getting.
Subscription you will be getting, ma'am. For that you will be getting an invitation mail from our company. You need to check your Outlook ID mail account, and then you need to
Okay.
you need to accept the invitation at that place, and then you need to log into your Azure portal. I'm coming to that point also. Right now, you just look after the briefing part of Azure portal. It is a theoretical part. Like instead of going with the PPTs, I'm explaining you in the term of on website itself. Okay.
Okay.
So you just don't worry about the subscription. We will be having all of you the subscription, and you will be having hands-on knowledge also in on Microsoft Azure. So the first thing, let us come to that subscription point only. Let us have this, like you will be getting an invitation mail from myself or from my colleague Shashank, and you will be accepting that invitation mail. After accepting that mail, you will be clicking, you will be visiting this portal.azure.com, And at this place, when you switch to this login, you need to log in with the same Outlook ID. Okay. And after getting login to that Outlook ID, you will be redirected to this page. Okay. And here you will be finding three big boxes. Okay. Which will be asked you like free account or something like that. So those three boxes, it is visible to you, then it is there. Then you can see those three boxes. Then you click at your login ID at this point, and here there is one switch directory is there. Okay. Here at switch directory, you need to come at the switch directory and you need to choose this Azunet world. Okay. As an current directory. Already you will be having this Azunet world in your account after accepting that request from mail. Okay. So you need to switch your directory to Azunet world, and then you need to again refresh this page and you will be getting this subscription account. Like you will be getting the EF subscription. To check the EF subscription, you need to click on subscription, and here you need to see whether you are getting this EF subscription. Okay. So any doubt related with the subscription you are having? Or so like some of you have not given the Outlook ID, those and some of you have written the wrong email ID. So be sure like you are giving the right Outlook ID to us. So then and only we can add you to the subscription part of our company.
One doubt from one faculty member saying that
Yes.
they have got the invitation and they clicked and they are entered into Azure portal, but subscription is not shown.
Okay. So the subscription part, after clicking on invitation mail, now let me show you that thing. After clicking on invitation, after accepting on invitation, some blank screen will be open at this point. Okay. And after opening that blank screen, you need to go to this portal.azure.com and then you need to refresh this page and you will be getting the same page what you're looking at. If you're not getting this page, you need to click on this ID and you need to switch your directory to Azunet one.
Mahesh, can Mansi Mehta ma'am, she's
Yes.
having some like regarding the subscription. She's not able to switch to Azunet world.
Okay, Mansi ma'am, what issues you are facing? Let me know this thing first.
And one more doubt from Sri Lakshmi ma'am is at the time of registration she has given Gmail ID, and now can I use Outlook mail ID for this?
Yes, for registration purpose and for logging to this Azure portal, you need a Outlook email ID only. So if Gmail is also working, but for Gmail, the Outlook Microsoft create a different Outlook ID with a long syntax and numbering part, which is quite difficult to remember. So it is better to have a new Outlook ID, and that Outlook ID you need to send to us, and we will be adding you as an user to our Azure portal.
Hello.
Yes.
It's able to reach to the page that you said, but when I go to the switch to the Azunet directory, that option is not visible to me.
So Azunet world is visible to you, like this directory is visible to you. Let me share.
Yes, this Azure account, this is visible to me when I go to that profile where you said top right corner.
Okay.
From there, I
So
select the switch
Azunet
directory.
world. After clicking on switch directory, are you getting the same page what you are seeing at the screen?
Yes, sir, I'm seeing this, but this Azunet row is not visible to me.
Okay, this is not visible to you. That means you are not been added to a subscription plan. Like for that, you need to add your Outlook ID. You can give your Outlook ID to on WhatsApp or on this chat box.
To all the faculty members who have not received the email invitation or who are not able to see the subscription, please provide your Outlook email ID in the chat box. I will give you the subscription or either will send you an invitation mail again. Please provide your Outlook email ID in the chat box. Those who have not
Sir,
received
I have
any
already
subscription or
received the invitation.
Ma'am, what is the issue?
Okay,
You are not
ma'am.
able to see the AdUnet Word directory.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Can you
just give me
please
5 minutes. Let me try that
can you
again.
please provide your Outlook ID again, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Can you please repeat how to switch to the directory?
Yes, I will be. Okay. So see, when you click to this Azure portal, okay, go to the azureportal.com. Log into your mail ID, which is you have given to us. See, after getting logged into this mail, you will be finding somewhat different screen. Okay, and to switch the directory, you need to go to your right hand side over to your Outlook mail ID, and you need to click here. And here you will be finding option of switch directory. Click on switch directory, and after clicking on switch directory, here the AdUnet word is visible or not. You need to find that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. The subscription will be till for the purpose of training purpose only. So after training, you will be removed from that. Like we will be giving you the Microsoft also provides a free services, like it credits around $100 in your account, and by using those $100 credit, you can use those services for practicing purpose after this training. But in this training, you the company will be providing you the subscription plan. So those who are getting issues related with the subscription, you can just send your Outlook ID to us on chat. So in backend team, will be adding you as a user, giving you a subscription plan to your Outlook ID. Okay, so let us move further now. The first practical what we will be learning on this Azure portal will be a storage account. So can I know like what this storage account is being used for? What is the idea behind this storage account? Yes, anyone would like to add something in the question? For what purpose the storage account is used in cloud service? Okay, so Tamil Rasi, ma'am, I've been told analytics to store data. Yes, Manzoor sir, you are right, to store a data. But what kind of data is being stored in the storage account? Yes, we can use database. No, sir, database is somewhat different concept. What is the storage account? For what purpose, according to you, it is being used? Yes, it is used for unstructured data. You're right. So, but what kind of unstructured data? Images. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm getting responses like the storage account can be used for storing data. So what kind of data? It can be unstructured, structured data, or it can be SQL or no SQL data. There's a big question behind this. Okay. So let me explain. So the storage account is used for NoSQL data. Okay. So what is this NoSQL means? So it is non-structural data that can be images, that can be PDF, that can be any type of data, which is not in structured format. For explaining you in better manner, like we are storing data in our laptop or desktop in some file order structure, like file management system, which is called as file management system. So that file management system, we are storing data in our laptop by using the system which is called as file management system. Like we are creating some kind of folders, and in that folder, we are storing the related data. Okay. So in that manner, the same way you are doing with the storage account also. So in storage account, you are storing NoSQL data. Okay. So what is the purpose of having this NoSQL data? And for storing the SQL data, like we are having the other resources, which is called as SQL database. Okay. So there is some kind of data, some datas are there, like we all know, like most of the companies are using this ETL process, extract, transform, and load in the cloud computing. So they are extracting data from different resources. What does it mean? Like they are extracting data from some of the inputs given by the user. They are extracting data from third-party companies, which sells the data. They are extracting data in offline mode. They are extracting data from online mode. So the different types of data are coming to them, and they want to store that data into their database. Okay, but it happens somehow, like there are the data which is not in structured format. Okay, and to store that data into a structured format or to convert it into structured format, we need to store somewhere, right? We need a space for that thing to store the unstructured data. For that purpose, we are using this storage. Now let's move to this SQL database. So SQL database, like all we are knowing, like it is been used to store the organized data. Okay, but before going to this all concepts of resources, I want to explain you the hierarchy for those things. Okay, so there are just a second.
Mahesh, the subscription is not shown. One sir logged into Azure portal and is not able to see EF subscription, Edunet World.
Okay, so sir, in that case, you need to give your Outlook ID to in the chat box. You just put your Outlook ID in the chat box. You will be added by our backend company team. Okay, so let me explain you this concept. Like first, let us see, this is Microsoft Azure, Microsoft. So this is the Microsoft company. What this Microsoft company is doing? Company is doing providing a computing sources. Okay, so providing computing services. Okay, and this Microsoft company is providing computing sources which has been used by different type of works. Okay, so the works can be in many format, like the way I have to tell you, like it can be analytical, it can be work with the AI and machine learning, it can be with SQL database, it can be making a virtual machines. So this works, we will be calling this work as an resource. Okay, this work we will call it as a resources. But to create those resources, what we are doing, we are creating one group, okay, which is called as resource group. Okay, which is called as resource group. And in this resource group, what we are doing, we are storing common resources. Okay, so in this manner, what we are doing, we are having the company, we are using company computing services. Under that computing services, we are having the different common resources, and those resources we are storing in one resource group. Okay, the same way we are storing a data into a folder, right? So let us, for example, let me tell you, like we are having a video data. Okay, so we are having some pictures with us, and we need to, what we people generally do, we store all the pictures in one folder itself. Okay, the same way we do for MP3 file, same way we do for document file, same way we do for other format of data. So in that manner, here also the thing is going to work. Okay. So here you will be finding the resource group. Okay. To find the resource group, you can search in the search bar. Either you can click on the menu and you can click on all resources. So in this, after clicking on all resources, you will be finding the all resources dashboard. Here you will be finding the latest, like the currently created resource group, which has been created by any of the user, which are already been used, which are using this, our subscription plan. So before this subscription plan, there is one management team is there. So management group is there. So management group, what this management group role is, the management group can have numbers of subscription, like one or more than one subscription they can have. Okay. And this subscription can have numbers of resource group. Okay. And under one resource group, there can be numbers of resources. Okay. So let us have this thing. Firstly, let us learn how to create a resource group in the Azure developer. Okay. For that, you can search on resource group in the search bar, or you can go to this all resources. And here one create option is there. So if you, after clicking on create button, you will be finding the numbers of resources which is provided by Microsoft Azure, and here you can search for resource group. Okay. Search for resource group and you will be finding that resource group at this place. Okay. If you know the name of resources, then you can directly go to this search button, search bar, and you can find the resource group. So related with the resource group, all resources you will be finding here. So there are the company difference. So you can, here the companies are different, third-party companies are there which are providing the resource group. Here you will find the list of all of them. Okay. So to have this resource group, just search it on search bar and you will be finding a logo with this symbol, which is a resource group of Microsoft Azure. Okay. After clicking on that, you will be finding the page which is dashboard of this resource group. So currently I am in my subscription, those many groups are currently active state, and they are from, see, you can see they are from EF subscription. Their location is East US, France, Central. So they are from different location they are having. And to create a resource group, we need to click on create button. Okay. So right now you don't need to do create a resource group. We will be doing the resource group creation practical afterwards, but first understand how to create a resource group. Okay. After deployment of this resource group, then I will be wait for my instruction for creating a resource group. Okay. Because why I'm telling you these things, because each and every activity on this Microsoft Azure is costing some money to our company. So be sure like the company, to be sure like the money should not be charged for any other resources. Okay. So whatever instruction I'm giving to you, you will be performing those instruction only. Don't perform any other activity on this Microsoft Azure. It will be chargeable. Okay. So for creating resource group, this is the create a resource group page, and here you will be finding a subscription plan. So right now I'm having this EF subscription plan. So by default it has been selected. And here I need to give a name to my resource group. Like the same way we are giving name to our folder, the same way I'm giving a name to my resource group. Okay. Okay. So we are now creating a name with, let me create with my name only. Okay, Mahesh. Okay, and here I need to find the resource details. Okay, so in resource detail, I'm finding the region, like which is the closest region I want to have my resource group. Okay, because why I'm saying the closest region, because there are some protocols, there are some data governance rules which is being followed with all the companies. But in Microsoft Azure, for data competency, for getting data more speedily, you are choosing the case like you're choosing the closest location of your server. So right now the closest location you can choose, like there are a lot of locations here, Asia Pacific, Central India. So this is the closest location what I am having. So for that you need to click on, after selecting the regions, here you can input the tags, like the way the tags are nothing but the information, like we are using the meta information, like for what purpose we are creating this resource group. So you can give the names, or you can give the sub different tasks for what purpose this resource group is being used. Okay, so after right now I will be not giving any tag to my resource group. Okay, and I will click on create button. Okay, after doing the operation I will be getting this message, validation pass. Okay, and at this place the create button is there, and one JSON file is being created at the backend, and it is sent to this cloud server. And after sending that file to the cloud server starts its deployment. And after deploying the resource group, you can see here my resource with the name Mahesh is being created. And I need to go to that resource group. For that, what I need to do, I can check in the notification bar, or I can go to this resource group, and here I will be finding in the list with the resource group name Mahesh. Okay. So till here, any doubts you people are having? What is the concept? Any concept related doubt you are having with the resource group? What these resource groups are? What the purpose of those resource group are? Any faculty are having those doubts?
For some of the faculty, yeah, go on, sir.
Yes.
I would like to know the purpose of this resource group. Is it like grouping same kind of resources together in a kind of a file system kind of thing?
Yes, Pratik sir. Actually, the resource groups nowadays, previously the condition was different. Okay, so previously the resource groups were made according to the computational part. Okay, so nowadays the purpose of having resource group is like you are having different resources in one group. Okay, like let me tell you an example. You are having a virtual machine. Suppose you are configuring a virtual machine. So manually, if you need to configure a virtual machine, what you will be doing? You will be going to the shop, you will be purchasing some configuration hardware, and on that hardware, you will be installing some server OS, and then you will be configuring your virtual machine, right?
Right.
Manually. But in cloud computing, what you will be doing, you will be creating one resource group. Okay, and under that resource group, the things which will be needed to configure that virtual machine, which is called as resources, like we are creating virtual network. Okay, to manage that or to connect this server, we are creating hardware, we are creating this, right? So we are having this virtual machine resources. So all those resources are being created, and those resources are stored in one resource group. So this act as one resource. And if you want to create a database resource on the same virtual machine, so the same database resource you will be storing on the same resource group. So it is the way like you are storing a related resources into a one resource group for further work or for giving a work to a developer or team. Got it, sir?
Okay. I get. Yeah.
Clear? Any more doubts you people are having?
Mahesh, one faculty telling that option is not available. EduNet switch director option is not available. They have logged in, But they are not identified.
Okay, for that you need to post your Outlook ID in the chat box. Shashank sir will be adding you the
Sir, I
subscription.
have posted Outlook ID. Sir told that it is done, but in when I am going for switch option, that internet world option is already not coming.
Okay, ma'am, you just log off, sign out once, and again try to sign in and check whether it is coming or not.
Okay. And one more thing, the steps are what you are following. Can we get it in the recording mode? Because I'm not
Yes,
able
the
to do anything.
recorded meeting will be provided to you, so you can do
And
it.
can you provide some material, the steps, where to go, how to go? Because
All the study materials and all these things you will be getting on this as your LMS portal only. So that is why this LMS is compulsory for you people. So all
Okay.
study materials, all the things you will be getting at LMS.
Okay. Is it possible to show the process from beginning?
Which process you are talking
This
about?
portal azure.com, when you started your talk. From when, what are the things you have done in portal azure? No, can you? Is it possible to do the things again?
Again, you want me to repeat it?
If possible.
Yes, Mahesh, please repeat the steps.
Yes, I will be repeating. Okay. So see, let me go to my Azure portal again homepage. So this is my homepage where I'm getting this is the dashboard, and I need to check the subscription for my login. So I click on this subscription. After clicking on subscription, here I'm getting the EF subscription, which is given by my company. Again, I'm clicking on home button, and for creating resource group, you need go to this search bar and type resource group. Okay, type this resource group name. Just type RES. You will be finding an option with this name, resource group. Just click on that resource group, and here you will be finding, like, I can see numbers of faculty have created also, like Mansoor sir, network watcher, this like a lot of you have been tried for creating resource group. It's fine. Okay. So after clicking on resource group, you will be finding this page. Okay. And now you want to create a resource group. Okay. For creating a resource group, you need to click on create. There is one option at the left hand side, create a resource group. So after clicking on create resource group, you will be finding a page of create resource group. The funda is very simple. You need to select a subscription already which you are having. If you are not having subscription, then here there will be some free subscription will be given. But for free subscription, you need to activate your account. For better to have that free subscription, you can have this EF subscription with you, and by default it has been selected. And at this place, you need to give a name to your resource group, like the way we are giving a name to our folder to store some different files in that. So the same way you need to give a name to your resource group. Okay, so let us give the name to your resource group. I have given one already name with my name, and now I'm giving a name as Mahesh1. And here you need to select the geographical location which is closest to your place. Okay, so you are living in south, then you need to choose this South India, Central India. There are a lot of available resources. The availability of servers are there from where you want this resource group to be created. So the closest location you will be searching. Why I'm saying this closest location? Because this data fetching speed will be getting increased. If you choose the long location, that the data fetching speed gets taking more time compared to your closest one. So you can select here, like India is there, and most probably you can also select this East US part. It is also better service provider server. So, and here you need to click on next. Okay. After clicking on next, if you want to give a tag to your resource group, you can give it. Either you can keep it as it is. Again, click on next. After clicking on next, you need to see this message, validation pass. Okay. After this validation pass, that means our all steps are properly filled up. Okay. And then you will be having the option with create one. Okay. In the left hand side, bottom corner. Okay. And after clicking on create button, the resource group gets created. Okay. So this is how you are creating the resource group. Okay. How many of you have tried till now?
85.
Yes. Done. Okay. I'm saying now what the thing you need to do now. Let us go to this home button and let us see how many of you have created the resource group. So see, I'm getting the large number of list of having the resource group. So this is how you have created the resource group, and you are getting whatever resource group you are creating, you will be finding the list of them. So what if I need to delete those resource group? Okay, so now I have learned to create the resource group, and now I need to delete that resource group. So how I will be deleting the resource group? Directly click on. To delete a resource group, you need to go to this home button. Okay, and here you will be finding this resource group. Okay, click on this resource group, and after clicking on this resource group, there is one option. This is the dashboard. After clicking on the resource group, you will be finding the dashboard for this resource group, and here you will be monitoring all your resource groups resources. Okay, so let me explain you this topic also. Right now, everyone stop creating the resource group. Okay, please stop creating the resource group. First, learn all the things, then you can try by yourself. Okay, so here you can see the menu part, like overview. This is the nothing but this is the dashboard for your resource group, and in this resource group, you will be finding create resource. Right now, there are no resources being created in the resource group. That is why the screen is shown like no resource group matched to your filter. So for creating resources, you can click here on create resources, and you will be creating resources from this point also, and you can create from other way also. So activity logo. The second option is activity logo. So here the all activity done in this resource group will be counted at this point. So this is for security purpose, like what activities is been done by which user. Like the way you are creating a resource group, each and every activity will be stored in this activity log. Then access control. Okay, to whom I need to give an access to this resource group is been done at this point. So I need to give access to my developers. I need to give access to my clients. I need to give access to my any XYZ employees. Okay. So for that purpose, this access control is being used. The tags which we have already gone through. Then the resource visualizer. Okay. So resource visualizer is nothing but it visualizes some tree diagram of your resources, like the way you have created your resources under this resource group. Okay, so events. In events, you will be finding the events which you have performed in the resource groups, like whatever events you have done. So there are logical apps are there, Azure functions are there, storage queues are there. So there are a lot of events are there which is being done in this resource group will be shown at this point. Okay, so the in settings you will be finding the settings related stuff of this resource group in the settings. Then cost management, here you can find the cost analysis, like what group you have created and you have stored resource group. So how much cost you are getting of those resources you will be finding at this point. So this is the cost calculation or cost management task where you will be getting. Monitoring you will be doing at this point, like insights and previews you will be seeing by here, and all the monitoring part you will be finding in the resource group. So this is how the resource group monitoring is being done. So right now I need to delete this Mahesh resource group. So how I will be deleting? Here is the option one, delete a resource group. So those who have created the resource group, now you want to delete so your resource group. So how you will be deleting? You will be deleting in this recent only. You will be finding your resource group at this point. You need to click on that resource group, and in overview, you will be finding a delete resource group option. So click on delete resource group option. Copy this Mahesh resource group name and paste this name at this point. Okay, and click on delete. So see the notification, you will be finding like the JSON file is being created for deleting the resource group with the name Mahesh. So this is how you are deleting your resource group. So you can do at your side also. Start those who have created the resource group, delete your resource group now only.
Mahesh, one request from Swati ma'am that recording,
Yes.
Please provide recording on the same day so that they can practice in the evening or free time on the same day if possible.
Yes, yes. Actually, all things, study material things you will be getting on your LMS, ma'am. Even recordings we will be trying to provide you. So those of you who have created resource group, please delete your resource group.
Mahesh, one more doubt is, I think from my session, I think difference between capex and operating expenditure. So
Difference between
capex and operational expenditure.
okay, capex and operational expenditure is nothing but the capital expenditure and operational expenditure. They are nothing but the capital, like whatever resources or resources you are using. So all the expenditure capital you are taking, that is the calculation of that resources, the capital, what capital you will be needed to have those resources. And operational expenditure is what, like you have taken the resources and for that what you are being charged, that is what operational. Okay, so Mansi ma'am has deleted their resources. Good, Mansi ma'am. What about others? Still I'm seeing the resources here. Please delete your resources. So you will be learning like how to create resource group and how to delete a resource group. Okay, so please delete your resources and let us move further now. Okay, because we are having a time constraint also. So let us create a one storage account. Okay, on the Microsoft Azure portal. For creating storage account, you need to go to, we need a resource group, right? Okay. So right now, there is no need of creating resource group. What we will be doing, we will be having only one resource group. And under that one resource group, we will be creating numbers of resources. Like, okay. So I'm creating resource group for all of us. And under that one resource group only, we will be creating different resources and try to learn how to create a resources. Okay, so let me create one resource group with the name FDP. Okay, so I have created one resource group with the name FDP1. Okay, so please mute your mic because I'm getting background noise from your side. Okay, so the name FDP1 I have created. Let it be the region will be East US. Let me create this resource group. Now, the task for you people will be, you will be selecting a resource group with the name FDP1. Okay. So this is my resource group name with FDP1. Okay. Now, what I will be doing, now I want to create a resource with the name storage account. Now I want to create a storage account on Microsoft Azure. So how I will be doing? I will be searching storage. I will just typing the word storage and I will be finding the first option, the services which has been provided by Microsoft Azure. So click on the storage account. Don't create it now. let me create first, then you will be creating after me. Okay. And then I will be telling you to delete it. Okay. So creating a storage account, I need to go to the search bar and search the word storage. After searching the word storage, I will be finding option of storage account. And after clicking on that storage account, I will be finding this page, which is called, this is the dashboard for the storage account. And I need to create a new storage account. Right now, I'm not seeing any storage account being created under this portal. Okay. So I need to create a storage account. I need to go to this create button, click on this create button. And after clicking on create button, I will be finding the form which is you use for creating the storage account. So this is the GUI interface. You can also create using this command line also. So there is one command line, like two command lines which Microsoft is Azure portal is offering. One is PowerShell and one is Bash. Okay. So as you all people might be knowing for what purpose this Bash and PowerShell is being used. So you can create a resources using this command line also. Either you are not you are unknown to this command line, or if you find difficult to have the create a resources using command line, you can use this GUI interface also, which we are using right now. So this is how we can use command line also and GUI also. So here the subscription by default it is been selected as EF subscription, and in resource group you need to search for FDP1. Okay, after clicking on FDP1, this resource group tab, there is a scroll tab is there. After clicking on, you need to select the FDP1 resource group. Okay, and after selecting FDP1 resource group, now the instance you need to create with the storage account. Okay, so what instance detail you will be needed? You need to configure the storage account name. Let us have the storage account name with my name itself. Okay, you can give any name to your storage account. Okay, so let us have this storage account with my name Mahesh1. Okay, then here the region I need to select it. Like the way I have selected the closest region, the same way I'm selecting here also with East US. Now the performance. Okay, so what this performance is about, the performance instance is about, like here is one I button you will be seeing. If anything difficult to find the meaning of the word, you can move your cursor to this I button and you can find the description about it, like what for what purpose this Microsoft Azure is asking you. Okay, so the performance is like the standard or premium you needed. Okay, so storage account you needed for a premium version or standard version. So in standard, generally the general purpose V2 accounts will be created, and in premium version you will be getting recommended with the recommended scenarios that require low latency. Like low latency storage account will be created in the premium, and in standard version the general purpose account will be created. So the third point will be redundancy. Okay, so here the redundancy means you need to redundant your storage account some to the other servers or not. This option is been asked by Microsoft Azure. So right now it is having four options. One is local reductance. The second one is geo reductance. Third one is zone reductance storage, and fourth one is geo reductance storage. So let me explain you all of these. So the local reductance storage, that means you are having reductant, or you are having the same storage account in your local area only. Okay, the area which you have selected, the region which you have selected, in that locally only, in that local server only, you are creating a reductant of your current instance. Okay, and in geographical reductance, geo reductance, you will be storing in different geographical location. In zone reductant, you are storing in different zone you are storing your data, or you are reducting your data to a different zone. Okay, so that is how this reductancy is being described here. And right now you need to choose a local reductant. For now we are just practicing how to create a storage account, so there is no need to have the geo reductance, zone reductant, or geo zone reductance. Okay, so this is right now, choose this local reductant options and click on next. So there is the advanced settings where you will be finding the security part. So some of you have asked, like, what about the security? Like, okay, so this is the all security issues which has been identified by this Microsoft Azure, by the Microsoft Azure, and they are providing those solutions for those identified issues. Okay, so and you whether you need to enable or disable it, or you need to keep it, or you don't need it, you can enable or disable from this place. Okay, so right now keep it as it is, be keep it the default setting only. So here the network issue, networking to access your storage account, there must be some networking should be needed. The same way here the networking is being configured by Microsoft Azure for the storage account. So keep it as it is. So here you can see whether the storage account is being used for public access. If it is for public access, you need to choose enable public access for from all networks. If you choose this second option, which means enable public access from selected virtual networks or an IP address. If you want the storage account to be accessed from limited IP address only, then the second option is for that purpose. And if the storage account is used for the private purpose, only for you, your purpose you are using, you don't want to give any access to any user or any IP address, then it is used for privately, you need to use it, then this third option you will be choosing. Right now, we will be choosing this first option because we need access from all the networks. Okay. So this is the network routing where the routing preference will be given, like Microsoft network routing you will be giving, or internet routing you will be giving. Okay. So keep it by default setting, and data protection also here you can enable or disable the data protection services which is given by Microsoft Azure. So here tracking, here access control, and recovery options. So these are three data protection option features which is being provided by Microsoft Azure. So encryption, here you can encrypt your data, like you all people might be knowing encryption and decryption part. So this will the encryption thing you will be managing at this point. Then again tags, again the tags part will be there, like you want to add some pair of information to the storage account, you can add it here at this point. Okay, and click on next. Okay, there will be review, like whatever settings you have been done is totally been reviewed at this place, and here you will be finding all the conditions which we have done, or enable or disable. Okay, and here you need to, there is create button, you need to click on create button. After clicking on create button, you will, the JSON file gets created and it is sent to the server, and the server gets starts the deployment process. And here you can see the deployment is viewing at this point, the deployment is in progress. Okay, so till now, any doubts you are having related with the storage account? So you can, till my storage account getting deployed, it takes like few minutes to deploy. So you can start your process for creating a storage account. But be sure, like you will be selecting the same resource group with FDP1, with the name FDP1. Okay. So any doubts you people are having till now? Yes, you should create storage account like I have showed you. And while creating storage account, you is there any difficulty? You can text me, either you can unmute yourself and you can directly talk to me. Can you please quickly go through the steps? Okay, I will brief out the steps for you people. With your name, Kavita ma'am, you can have with your name also. No worries. You can have a storage account with your name.
Mahesh, you please open the notepad and so that they can see the. Some of them are.
Yes, I'm briefing the steps for Okay, I think instead of notepad, I will show them here only how to create it. Let me explain you one more time. So go to this search button, search for storage account. Here you will be finding storage account. Click on storage account. Here you will be finding create option. Click on create. Okay, and all these steps you need to fill out. In this project details, you need to select year of subscription, give the name for your resource. So choose the name FDP1 at this point. The resource group should be FDP1, and the instance detail you need to fill. You need to give your name to your storage account. You need to select region. Then performance, you need to select the standard one. Redundancy, you need to select local redundancy. In next button, keep as it is, don't make any changes here. In next, networking, you need to choose enable public access all network. It is by default selected, so don't do anything here also. Encryption, don't do anything here also. Click on next, 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 and click on next till tags. And after clicking on tags, when you reach to this tag screen, you need to click on next, which is review. And in this review, right now I haven't filled the storage account name, so that is why the failed error is getting I'm here. But you will be getting validation pass here at this point, and here you need to create it. This is how simple the steps to create a storage account on Microsoft Azure. Okay, great. So let me see like how many of you have created the resource storage account under my resource group. To see that thing, I need to go to my resource group, which is FDP1. So let us go to this FDP1, and here I can see the resource group which is being, the resources which is being created by you people. So here I can see those resources like Anuja ma'am has tried for have succeeded in creating storage account. Deepa Prabhu. Okay, many of you have tried and succeeded in creating storage account under my resource group. Okay. So any difficulty you people are getting till now? Like 184 of people have joined to this meeting. Okay, some of you are not having the subscription. Okay, that we will be figuring out. You just give your Outlook mail ID on the chat box, and our backend team will be adding you to our to the subscription of year. Yes, yes, Kashif. Sir, we will be adding you. Okay, okay, completed with the storage account. Now let us learn how to delete that storage account. And right now I need to delete that storage account. So instead of I will be telling you the procedure. You don't need to later on we will be deleting all the resources from the resource group. So for deleting the storage account, let us open this account with the name Anuja. Okay. So this is how I'm seeing the resources which has been created by Anuja ma'am. And here I will be finding the monitoring part for that resources. Okay. So the same menu you will be getting here, like overview, activity, tags, diagnose, solve problems, access control, like to whom you need to give access, data migration. If you want to migrate your data from some other server to this storage account, you can migrate from here. Then storage browser. Okay. So here the browser will be open, like what data is being stored in this storage player account. Okay. So here you will be seeing all those things. So here you will be finding like 4 options are there. One is blob container, other one is file share, third one is tables, and fourth one is queues. So table, if the data is in table format, queues means like the data is been stored in table format, and in queues, it is this option has been used. data is in NoSQL, then you need to use this file share. Either you can use this blob container. Okay, so this is how you can store your data. So this practical is later on we will be saying. So right now, how to create a storage account that we have seen here. Okay, so storage mover here, from here you can move from one storage account to other storage account. Container, the same way like we are creating a folder. So here you can create a container and you can store the related data in one container in that manner, like the way we are storing in our file management system. And file sharing, like if you want to share some file or container to some other server, you can do those things also. So here you will be finding all those options. You can explore all those options. Okay. Due to time constraint, I can't explain you all those things, but it is this is how we have created a storage account on our Microsoft Azure. Okay. Please mute your mic. The background voice is coming. Okay. So this is how we have created the storage account on Microsoft Azure. Now, how to delete that account? So right now, you will be finding the resources which you have created in this recent tab. You need to click on these resources which you have created. The same way I have created with my name Mahesh One, and in this place you will be finding delete button to delete the resource group. Okay, to delete the resources. Okay, so when I click on this delete button, only my resources will be getting deleted. My resource group will not be getting deleted. Okay, only this storage account resources will be deleted. Again, I need to copy this storage account name. I need to paste here and I need to click on delete. Okay, and confirm delete. So see, I will be getting notification like successfully deleted the storage account. So this manner, I have deleted my storage account, which I have created on Microsoft Azure. So what we learned till now, like we learn what is Azure portal, then we learn what is the subscription. Like a management group can have one or more than one subscription. A number of resource group can be one or more in one subscription. The resources can be one or more in one subscription group. Okay, so this is how the hierarchy. Okay, my voice is not clear. Narendra, am I audible clear to you?
Yes, you are audible, Mahesh.
Okay. So Hemant sir, I think from your side some internet issue would be there. It is clear, I think so. So this is how we have learned to create a resources on Microsoft Azure. This is under research. We have learned to create a resource group on Microsoft Azure. And in tomorrow's session, we will be going with a virtual machine. Okay, how to create a virtual machine on Microsoft Azure. Okay. So till now, any doubts you people are having? Related with this storage account, related with okay, Mansoor sir, no doubt. Thank you, sir. Okay, Sharada ma'am. So you can't able to what the issue you are getting? Can I know what challenges you are getting? Please let me know what challenges you are getting in creating the storage account. I think most of them have no doubts. It's quite simple, right? Because the thing you need to just build a form and create the resources. That is how this Microsoft Azure is simple to create a resources and you can use those services. No, sir. Actually, you can do practicals with your students, but the subscription plan will be for this training purpose only. For this training only, 5 days only you will be getting. So don't tell to students to do the practical on this portal. You just try to you learn first, and then you can explain them with the free account. What to write? Let me see. What to write in the region? So in region, sir, Deepmala Srivastav, sir. So in region, you need to select the closest region. You don't need to write anything. Okay. So the region where our storage account is being created, on which region server we are creating our storage account. That is why you need to specify. No, Sarda ma'am, I think you are typing FDP1. So you need to select in resource group also. FDP1 resource group is been already created. You just need to select that FDP1. Don't type FDP1. See here, when I go to this storage account, click on create. So here you will be finding two options. One, you can create new one, and one there is will be search option. So here you will be finding FTP1. And in region, you will be selecting the region, like which region is closest to your geographical location. So give the name, like you're giving same name like your resource group to your storage account. Use different name instead of. Okay. Okay. So by tomorrow, we will be again having like 10 to 5 minutes for discussing your doubts and all these things. And I will like to conclude the session now. Like we have given you the practical part of all Microsoft Azure, and you can try it by yourself also. But in the training purpose, like when I'm explaining you just first listen all those things, and then you can try by yourself. Okay. Okay. So those who are facing login issues, you can post your Outlook ID in the chat box. Simultaneously, our backend team is also working to add you into the subscription. Okay. Thank you all.
So attendance and assignment will be daily or only at the end of the session?
It will be at the end of the session, total. Assessment will be there.
Sir, assessment will be at the end of the session. Attendance link will be shared
Attendance
daily.
will be daily basis. Attendance will be on daily basis. The attendance sheet link is being provided on your WhatsApp group. In chat also I have provided you. So you can mark your attendance at that point. It is a Google form you need to fill up. And attendance will be on daily basis. Assessment will be only one time at the end of the training.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all.
Sir, Ashish
Thank you all
side.
for your cooperation. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir,
So,
Ashish
sir, you
this
want
side.
to...
Sir, I filled the Google form for the attendance, but it is showing 0 on the portal of trainer dashboard.
Sir, on trainer dashboard,
Okay,
it will be updated in some time. You
It
just
will be
require
getting
to
updated, sir.
fill the Google form right now.
Yes, you just go fill the Google form.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you all. We will be ending our session at this point. Shashwat sir, over to you.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much, Magesh and Narendra. So yeah, we are almost at the end of the session now. So I'm just thinking, like, before we close, we can take one virtual photo. Like, if possible, we all can switch on your camera. We can quickly take one group photo. Can you also stop sharing the screen, Magesh or Narendra? And also just a reminder, we have already shared the Google attendance form, please fill that if you have not filled it. And also tomorrow the session starts at 9:20. Of course, we start at 9:30, but I would request you to join at 9:20 so that we can start by 9:30 by sharp. So yeah, I now would request you to switch on your camera. We can quickly take one group photo and then we can close this day one session. I'm not able to see any face now. I don't know whether you have already switched on your camera. If not,
feedback link. I think many of people are asking feedback. Feedback link you will be getting on WhatsApp. WhatsApp group.
So please share it here itself in the chat box. I haven't joined in the WhatsApp.
Okay, sorry, we will be adding you in WhatsApp group also. The feedback, the last you will be getting at the time of assessment, the feedback link will be provided to you.
Okay.
Only once it will be fit.
Okay.
So please turn on your cameras. Let us take one screenshot.
Magesh, can you take a screenshot?
Yes, I can.
Narendra? Yeah. So your happy face can tell us like how the program is or how the training program is. Like if it is like happy face, I can understand. If it is a very sad face, also I can understand how the training program was. So yeah, it depends on your face expression. Now you can decide like what kind of face expression you want to give. But yeah, Narendra, you can say start and then you can take a click.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm taking the pic.
Narendra, you can take a pic.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, done.
Thank you, Narendra, and thank you so much to all the participants, to all the faculties, and I hope your delicious lunch is waiting for you now. So have a very delicious lunch, and we can connect again tomorrow morning at 9:20 sharp. Thank you. Bye-bye to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.